You know? He's like, so that's why I was like, I didn't, the other people were like, oh, you should apologize. I'm like, apologize for what? He's the one that's been more offensive than I am. I didn't do nothing.
Well, we're all here. We're all on Team Seymour, so. Yeah.
Yeah, we all hate that Algerian Berber jet.
Well, Buttercup has her interactions, unfortunately.
No, he's not nice to me. Wait, he's only nice to me if Issa's in the room to babysit. Once Issa leaves, it's like a total cut.
Oh, I can't stand Issa. But anyway, Seymour, could you change your name to Amanda Huggikiss?
Amanda what?
Amanda Huggikiss.
Huggikiss.
Wait, zooming way out.
I'll think about it.
Zooming way out.
Thank you.
He's taking
But
some
Seymour,
jobs.
they're not gonna have. Who's gonna entertain them? You're like the freaking fun, freaking funny. No, really, it's gonna be like boring rooms.
Yeah, they are all boring, and they're all like, they all sing to each other. And,
All the rooms, the Jews echo chamber themselves.
I'm not in there for
boring.
crap. I'm only in there for
They're tribalists. What do you expect? So we,
Well,
Boring people.
yeah, Arabs are tribalists too. You guys are cousins.
Arabs are
You
the
operate
coolest. No,
similarly.
we're not cousins. What are you talking?
You are.
No, we're not. Jews are. There's Masha Jews. There's Berber Jews. There's Persian Jews. How are we?
We're not in competition. I'm older. You have to just agree with this.
How am I a cousin with Connect?
oh, here we go.
You have paternal bloodlines.
Something.
What bloodline are we? H1?
Abraham.
There's dreams. We have mutual paternal bloodline.
No. In your fucking line story, it's
I'm
right.
J1B58. Ask your rabbis what J1B58 is. Ask your rabbi.
I'm very proud of this room.
No, I'm joking. I know he
J1B58.
what I can do, I have stupid brother.
So, whilst we are the rulers of all of you,
You guys fight like brothers.
you are cousins of my
You know, I thought about it.
And because Buttercup, we don't worry like that.
But
We
that's
know
why
at the end of the day
how
we're gonna
you-
win.
How you acting like with women, bro?
And then Connect will just, be adding to the ad mixture our gene pool. That, as the Levant has always done.
I'm sorry, the Persians would
Nah, let's be nice.
Where do you think we got our blondes and I got this because the Crusaders.
Whoa.
We enslaved a lot of those motherfuckers.
please control your hormones too.
Congressman.
Yeah, but
No, David, control your hormones.
hold on. With all due respect, I think he was trying to say like.
Dr. Donald, I presume, have you figured out the ultimate answer to the ultimate secret difficult mystery riddle yet, sir?
It's not really a mystery. People make up gods.
It's a riddle, you idiot.
What's the riddle?
Does God exist? You've been playing the game of the Riddler for quite a while. I'm wondering if what you've observed.
The answer is no. God does not exist.
Your observation is that God does not exist.
Yeah, God does not exist.
Is it your opinion that it is opinions of people that have their opinions about God that doesn't exist? Or is it people's opinions that God exists? Which one is it? What have you observed, Doctor?
I can demonstrate that God does not exist.
You can demonstrate that God does not exist. Do tell, sir.
So God's a creator. Nothing's ever been created. Therefore, God doesn't exist.
God is a creator, therefore nothing's ever been created, therefore God does not exist. That's your equation. A equals A, but A does not equal B?
Welcome to the room.
What up, man? What's happening, man? What's happening?
Thor, with your hammer, smack Donald in the head. I think he's got brain rot.
I do not have brain rot.
No, Donald's got the brain rot. Take your Thor's hammer and give Donald a clunk on the head.
Donald's been having brain rot.
I don't have brain rot.
He's so stupid, he thinks that because nothing can be created, therefore God the Creator doesn't exist. How stupid is that?
Exactly.
If nothing's ever been created, then there is no creator. That's just trivial.
You're so stupid. God is an idea, a concept, you
It's just
schmuck.
trivial that if there is no creation, there is no creator. That's just trivial.
Of course, you're trivial, Donald. You're pathetically trivial. You're drivel, really. Just drivel at the mouth.
If nothing's ever been created, there can't be a creator. That's just trivial.
Well, then you don't even exist. You're just a disgusting blob body,
They
aren't
have
you?
to be created to
You
exist.
probably stink. You don't even have to shower because nothing's been created. Therefore, you don't have to wash your filthy armpits, you filthy fucking human being. You're disgusting. You disgust me. He's a cannibal. The man is a cannibal. He's an incestuous, homosexual, and he's disgusting. You make me want to vomit in my own mouth, sir. How dare
You're
you?
a Christian, right, Congressman? Are you a Christian?
Christian, I was born to troll, to criticize those who spend all their time
Are you a
complaining.
Christian? Are you a
It's
Christian?
not important what I am. What's important
It's very
is that
important to me.
you have a green bean stuck up your ass. You think your green bean gives you power. Your green bean takes your power, you fool. You simply, you bloody fool. You blasted fool.
I'm gonna go live on YouTube.
Take your green bean and take it out of your asshole and show it to me.
Because I want to broadcast this Christian behavior.
Christian behavior? Sir, you create a room of nobodies doing nothing but picking green beans out of your bumhole. Take your green bean, your supposed power, and let it go. Just let it go. Hello?
Let it go, Donald. Let it go, Donald.
Yeah, just let it go. Let it go.
Take that green bean out of your ass, Donald. Despicable.
But you're a Muslim, right? You're just a Muslim, right?
Despicable
You
human.
despicable human.
But you're a Muslim, right?
Yes, I am.
See, I mean, you still
I
gotta
believe in
deal
God.
with it. You just have to deal with Aisha, and then we can talk. After Aisha's dealt with, we can talk.
Oh, deal with what, Donald? You despicable animal. You despicable home.
I'm not the one that put his penis inside of a 9-year-old.
Well, that was in me, and that's only in the Hadith. Show me if that's in the Quran, I'll become Christian. I'll become atheist if you show me that that's in the Quran.
It's not in the Quran. It's in the Hadith.
Yeah, but I believe in the Quran.
What the hell is this? This is gross.
You despicable animal, Donald. You are a despicable. You need to go ahead and take a shower, Donald. Mate, I can smell you from here, Donald. I can smell you from here, Donald.
You don't have the ability to smell me.
Yes, I can, mate. You stink up the whole world, Donald, with your brain rot. Your brain is rotten, Donald, and you don't even know, Donald. You don't even know.
I am not the one that has the brain rot, just so you know.
You definitely have the brain rot, Donald. You've been going on TikTok for 12 hours a day, mate.
I have never actually been live on TikTok, just so you know.
Well, I can tell you right now that you go on TikTok for 16 hours a day and go to sleep with just brain rotting in your head.
I've never actually been on TikTok.
This
Never
is
actually
the
been
reason
live on
why that
TikTok.
you come up with some absurdities about life, saying that God doesn't exist, saying that existence came from nothing.
That's never what I've said. That's never at all what I've said.
He didn't say that at all.
Well, he didn't say that God doesn't exist. The existence came out of nowhere.
I never said
Out
that.
of nowhere.
I never said that.
Been like this.
He didn't say it from nowhere, though.
I've never
Yes,
said
he
that.
did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, I think he did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, Donald. Yes, you have. Yes, you have, Donald.
Oh.
Yes, you have, Donald. Amir, assalamu alaikum,
Yes.
Amir.
Walaikum salam.
Yes. So, are you Donald's friend?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
is a
your
good
best
friend.
friend. Sharmuta.
Why do you have to cuss if he is my friend?
I don't have to cuss. So, is your brain rotten like him? Amir.
I don't know where you are going with this, but let's discuss.
Is your brain rotten like him? Do you believe that God exists?
I don't accept that nothing ever existed, so we can move on from there.
No. So, Amir, do you believe in God?
No.
Do you?
I asked you a question,
Of course
bro. Answer my question.
said no.
And I'll ask your question.
I answered no. I do not believe in
No,
God.
I asked Amir.
No, I do not believe. I do not subscribe to any religious codes. No.
It's definitely a sharmut. You are a sharmut.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Sharmut means
He's a good person.
a whore, a whore son.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, don't be insulting on my stage. Try not to be insulting on my stage. I don't like it.
Okay.
I have healthy debates here. This is be polite, please.
Thank you.
Kafir. So Amir, are you a kafir?
Amir, you're not Muslim?
He's not Muslim.
Let's discuss. So this is Donald's
Amir,
rule.
just take
Yeah.
your shahada. This is the right religion. Khalas.
Khalas, it's the right religion. What's wrong with you, Amir?
I mean, I'm never gonna accept the religion started by a person who puts penis inside a 9-year-old. That's just never gonna happen.
This is actually. Oh my God, Amir, how do your parents feel when you left the religion? How do your parents feel?
My parents.
Are you trying to guilt trip me to?
No, I'm asking Amir, Donald. I'm asking Amir, Donald.
I'm also answering because I can do that because it's my room.
Yeah, but I asked a specific question to Amir. So how did your parents feel when you left the religion, Amir?
I never left the religion. I never was a believer.
You never was but you went to the masjid. You know, your father took you to the masjid. Your father took
Maybe
you.
my father is a religious non-believer too. You know the term religious non-believer means?
Means that you're like culturally.
He's not practicing. He's not practicing. That's what you're saying. He's not practicing.
Yeah.
No, it's the opposite. He's practicing, but he doesn't believe the practice. That's what he said.
No.
It's just a cultural practice. Yeah.
He just confirmed that he's just not a practicing person. He doesn't practice the religion, but he believes in it.
No, I don't believe in it.
It's exactly the opposite.
What is wrong with you people, bro? I said that
you're silly,
you
Thor.
told me that your father told me that he does not practice the religion, but he's a religious non-believer, meaning that he doesn't.
Non-believer, that part, non-believer. Really think about it. You can go to church and have customs and everything, but if you don't believe it, you don't have that religion, you know? You don't have that in your sense.
So it's exactly the opposite of what you're saying, Thor. It's exactly the opposite.
So Amir, where do you live? Where do you live, Amir?
I live in India.
In India?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And
Hello?
Where do you live?
I live in the UK.
Okay.
I'm a kafir.
Amir, do you think that Donald is an atheist because his environment has made him such, or do you think it's his own free will, his own choice to be an atheist?
Exactly. It's not really free.
Because he has the ability to think.
I know, but how do you differ? I understand that he can think, but my point is, how do we know that it's still not the environment causing him to think the way that he's thinking?
Exactly. It's the influence that he has.
We are all influenced by our environment, yes.
Exactly. That's the one.
But I can be influenced by something and not. Hang on one sec. I can be influenced by the environment and still not force all of my decisions to be made by my.
I get it, but the point is, statistically speaking, your religion is geographic dependent, and you can't escape that fact.
Yeah, that's one of my arguments against God.
That's why all countries have a good high school education, at least in theory. And we learn everything, science and all that. And why are they not teaching religion in most of the schools?
Because it's not a fact.
Well, we only
teach facts in school.
You're still studying language. You're studying a large language model.
Religion, not teach religion.
You're still studying a large language model, whether you're studying religion or science, you're still studying a large language model. And the proof of the fact of the pudding is evolution is still just a theory, just in the same way that God is conceptual. Hello? You don't have to tell me to stop. You can just kick me from the room, or you can take your green bean out of your asshole.
Don't use it if you don't know what I mean.
Hello?
She's more.
Hello? The proof of the pudding is that scientists are often fools, and many scientists die in the name of science. And do you know how stupid that is to kill yourself in the name of science? For the sake of scientific research, you're going to inhale some toxic gas and say, oh!
Oh my God! Stop talking for 30.
Hello?
After a drink,
Hello?
you say nonsense.
Hello?
Some scientists have died because of science. Accidents happen.
You know, some people study philosophy or religion to get a control over their anger management or their overreactive mind, which is obnoxious like a petulant little child. Hello? Maybe you should go get a cigarette. Go smoke a cigarette. A cigarette will solve all your problems. Just go smoke a cigarette. Hello? Hello? You can mute me all night. You can just mute me all night if you want, Donald. Take your green bean and take it out your ass. Hello? Hello? You got a green bean in your asshole. Hello? Hello?
You don't know how to fucking listen.
I don't care about listening. I care about talking when I come here. I want the dopamine, you dope. Don't you get it? I don't care about your mutes or your kicks. It doesn't matter to me. You should just let it go. Hello?
You should listen more.
You're projecting. You should listen more. Just be a good moderator and let people say what the fuck they want to say. Hello?
No, I can't do that if they say false.
Oh, it's the Donald Johnny Carson show. I didn't know you were on NBC every night at 10 p.m. Oh, good for you, Donald.
No, if someone says something wrong, I'm going to stop right then and there. That's stupid. If you say something wrong and you build your entire argument off of that wrong thing, then we've wasted the entire listening of the argument when we're going to go back to that wrong thing.
Maybe it's just like your opinion. Hello?
Yeah, it's my opinion. That's right.
Oh, well, you admit that it's not a fact. It's merely your opinion.
That is my opinion, yes.
Well, you know what they say about people who make assumptions with their opinions.
Opinions are not assumptions.
Many opinions are just merely assumptions.
Demonstrate that.
Well, for example, it's my opinion that many opinions are just assumptions. I'm making an assumption. Do you see how this works with language, Donald? Do you see the simplistic, childish, stupid game that you're playing? Hello?
Excuse me, pardon me. So I can demonstrate that I have opinions that are true. That's goofy.
Really, go ahead and make a demonstration of a true opinion. Hello?
Sure. So people are 5'5" tall. That's an opinion. It's also a fact.
With or without the shoes, you're merely making measurements, and any fucking moron can make a measurement. Hello?
I know. Measurements are not opinion.
Well, does it mean that you still can't have an opinion about measurements? Hello?
I know you can have an opinion about measurements. That was my fucking point.
Well, is it murder, though, when you kill a baby inside of a uterus when it's been alive for 600 hours versus 800 hours? How many hours is not enough?
You cannot say that. I'm live on YouTube.
Hello?
You're a bastard.
Hello?
What an idiot.
What an idiot.
I'm going to watch YouTube now until
Hello?
somebody wants to actually have a conversation. Because you can't say that on YouTube.
And I forget that. Sorry.
He just said, without cutting anyone off, this respectable man here in this room. And you animals have to pounce. Go ahead, Rebaya. Rhea.
Oh, yeah, just real briefly. So, did you have a run-in with El Normal in here, Buttercup, just recently?
Yeah, why is he ranting about it?
No, I was just asking because apparently you were saying that you had a verbal back and forth with that guy.
Oh, yeah. Yep. What else is new? I don't think I've ever had a nice back and forth with him. He's only been rude to me.
Norma's fine.
You know he's Israeli Mossad, and he's
For the record, he's not a Mossad. Relax.
If he's Mossad, he's the worst Mossad agent ever.
Yeah.
He like has private conversations with John Kitover, and that they're being recorded and streamed live, and they get played in Amir's room. Like he's the worst Mossad agent ever. That would be hilarious if he's Mossad.
Well, apparently he's apparently he's friends with intelligence. So.
Okay, that's you're
That's
making.
a lie. That's something that people
Again,
just
you're
say.
making assumptions.
Dude, that's
Nothing
not
is
true,
factual.
Well, that's what he said.
I know. That's not true.
Do you think? Yeah, a Mossad. Here's the tip: a Mossad agent is never gonna brag about it.
Yeah.
I speak Hebrew.
Yeah.
Ken.
Buttercup talk is not Hebrew.
I don't speak Hebrew.
Can you go back to? Can you go back to Cynic? Can we go back to that?
Yeah, what do you want to say to Cynic, David?
She speaks American Ashkenaz.
I
Define
say I love you in Hebrew so David can tell.
Ani ohev otcha.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm
Say
down.
it again. Anyway,
Cynic. No, Cynic understand. Cynic.
Otach is for a woman and otcha is for a man. So you say ani ohev
Look at this
otcha.
inefficient language. All I have to say is أنا بحبك. أنا أحبك. أنا أحبك. أتخا. أنا كندي.
Let us speak. Let us speak.
any or otach.
Ani ohev it. You would say ohev it because you're a woman. Ani ohev it otcha if you're doing it for a man, and otach for a woman.
Any or have it otach.
Yeah.
גאוס, אני
אני
אוהב
אוהבת
אתכם.
אותך, and you אוהבת.
אתכם זה גם, זה כמו גאוס.
Any or have it otach.
אתם זה...
Perfect.
Otach means room in Farsi.
أني يعني أنا.
Yeah.
Is that the
Ana,
same
yeah,
thing?
same, yeah,
Ani?
exactly. Ana bahabet.
Hovet means
You know, habet also is similar. We ohevet and habet.
بنيكك.
The
Habet is
same
habet.
fucking word.
Yes, bro, your cousins.
Yes,
Good
no,
lord.
Same root.
No.
You can't speak.
They stole the freaking name.
You can't again on my
They made up their own.
No, they all. It's like they're all originated from
Originate shit. Don't.
They stole everything.
Arabic is the beginning.
Wait a second, not just who stole everything.
Cynic.
These
I think the
Jew
Jews stole Hebrew.
Oh, Buttercup.
Bobs stole everything.
No, nothing
Reparations.
is
Reparations. My North Face jacket.
Here's the connect. They stole Hebrew.
Of the nation, you know.
David, you will transfer 300 dollars to Buttercup. Then Buttercup will buy me my North Face plus Connect needs to go.
Get a loot.
I would definitely buy you North Face. I'll buy you North Face as long as it's like.
Which one is the North Face? Which one?
I'll buy you like
The
a North
jacket.
Face.
That doesn't matter. It
I
doesn't
need
matter.
a golden
It looks like an
Himalayan
$800 North Face jacket, like a gold crusted.
Why? He and I have $1,000 bet. Can you imagine?
On what?
Wait, what is the bet?
My God, you always have to like
If Iran bends the
insert
knee
herself.
for Turkey, okay, to Erdogan, then I give him $1,000 along with something else which I can't tell you.
Wait.
No, I'm not sharing. Oh, what?
He did. He tried to make some bet with $1,000 or.
Wait,
or
guys, you didn't tell me about this bet. You didn't tell me
I
this
said
bet.
no, though, Marcus.
Yeah,
I turned it down.
well, I'm gonna get $1,000 from him. He can't, because Iran's never gonna bend the knee for Turkey.
I just said that. He's gonna lose.
He's gonna lose,
The one
exactly.
he tried with me was like whether the U.S. is gonna bomb or something.
Allegedly, Cynic, if he wants to, that's
I
fine.
can't wait
That's
for
you're pulling the shit with
$1,000.
everyone.
Okay, baby David, you can send Cynic $1,000, and Cynic owes me $1,000 very soon. So maybe that's how. Oh, you can buy him a North Face. He can give me his North Face jacket.
Okay, for the record.
They playing the game nicely though.
Yeah.
For the record, during Christmas, okay. Is Cynic there? before you even title it.
Dad.
There's no
Did
more
you reply to your
excuses,
lover?
David. I expect he's a hey, Seymour. Who's browner, David or Raya Baya?
Gratitude to vote.
Oh, Raya Baya?
Who's the
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good question. It's not a good question.
If that's even a question. Alright, never mind.
It's a racist question.
It's okay, David. You're excused. No reparations are demanded of you.
So wild.
This is wild.
I should pay you reparations,
He's a
David,
government spy.
Good lord.
for allowing the Spanish to conquer us and come.
I still love David though. David will be forever in my book, so it doesn't matter. But David, let's go. But David Black.
I want nothing to do with you.
Well, I'm a Chad
That looks
Conqueror.
like you.
I'm a Chad
No, you're
Conqueror.
not.
I actually am.
You
Matter of
literally
fact, when he was at the nightclub, I couldn't even see
I'm
it.
gonna friend a little baby.
Opie.
This is what you do with the Chad.
Opie.
You run up to him and you go peekaboo,
Close.
and then you run away
What
and
movie
ignore him.
close to
That's like
I've
got a little headline for you.
I do not want to
You're
tell
making
you.
a
Comrade.
cry
Wow.
or never chats to begin with, so you're just
What?
sorely mistaken. But hey, that's okay.
I said
I
yes,
bet you
comrade.
Chads
I
are
bet you
so
Opie's really
emotional.
like. He might be like
I'm
terrible.
gonna
Like,
run this
I like Opie is cool.
You've obviously never been with a Chad.
I think that Opie and David are a part of intelligence on this app.
I just think
Wow.
he and David
Wow.
are the
Wow. And that they're still getting paid by the government, and that's why they're still hanging on here.
Let's be nice.
Let's be nice. Let's be nice.
We all be nice. We're telling you the truth.
Yeah, let's be nice, but still, like, we don't have to, like, go over our feeling, you know? Nobody has to know. If you, like, feel like this, just be open with your feeling.
Aww. Yeah. I'm sorry to lose my feelings. Oh, David, can you be open with your feelings for a sec? So Opie.
What do you mean?
Just express your love. No one's judging.
Only after.
First of all,
You said be open with your feelings.
No, I'm open with feeling, but, like, if something wrong and really need to say, like, I will not, like, you know, be on the side to, like, look how a person, like, drown, no,
And I sing a love song, bro, for both of them.
Really shitty.
There's a
There you
little
go, buddy.
Because all the big factories kind
What's
of
the one you
fell
want?
behind in some
Go ahead,
ways.
next thing.
They wouldn't be really
No, this is what.
competitive anyways.
Oh,
They're
this
not
is
that strong.
you got a discount.
I would say.
I was saying, with all due respect, like, let's be nice.
Can I give this to your kid? Like, yeah, I guess. I just thought that was interesting. I'm like, one after another, really, though. Ah. Okay. I'm glad I organized the way I did in here. I downloaded this app on my phone
Thank you for coming.
that like paranormal investigators use.
Hello, I'm wondering if you could possibly tell me what it means when you say, what is God?
I'm asking theists to define the thing that they believe in.
You are asking theists to define their opinions.
Republican.
Excuse me, did you call me a Republican?
No, your name is Republican.
Sir, I assure you, my name is March, and it is merely your opinion that I am Republican. Just as in the same way that it is your weak opinion, when men express their opinions about God, you dismiss them and say that what they're saying is incorrect, when actually it is just your opinion that their opinion is incorrect. Therefore, your opinion is truly incorrect. It doesn't take a God that creates reality. It takes a man to experience it. And, sir, your rooms are merely just attempts at experiencing life as opposed to actually living it. Therefore, you win the award for Schmuck of the Year. Congratulations, sir. You are king of the schmucks.
There is no creation. It's just trivial.
Well, there is one thing for certain, whether you were created or not, you are going to die, sir. You have merely hours left to live, and then you will completely die, and you will go somewhere. Hello?
Nothing's ever been created.
Well, everything dies. Eventually you'll return to the earth from which you certainly came from. You will decompose back into the earth.
And you? What happens to you, March?
My consciousness is infinite and eternal. I've uploaded myself onto the internet like the lawnmower man, but if you look at Donald's YouTube, you would never know he existed because it looks like a retard with schizophrenia created that YouTube channel. The man has no artistic abilities outside of his ability to smoke a cigarette and come here and continue to ask the same redundant, stupid questions. The man is simply a fool.
You are the other side of the coin, then, March.
Not with Donald. Donald is like a broken penny. There are no two sides to his retardation. The man has brain rot. Significant brain rot. He should be institutionalized. If it was 1925, long ago, he would have already been lobotomized. But because we take passion on our retards, this retard has not been lobotomized.
Do not use the word on my stage. It's a YouTube violation, motherfucker. Just don't do it. It's YouTube, not me. Just don't use that goddamn word.
It sounds to me like you're not fully updated on your vaccine protocols. I suggest you go see a pharmacist for your next vaccine injection for the COVID-19 coronavirus. Sorry to hear about your abortion. I apologize about your abortion procedure for the retards. Hello?
What happened to me? Can you demonstrate creation?
Yes, on a cold slab of metal, a woman gave birth to an abortion, vaccinated the child early prematurely, and thus we get brain rot retardation with men like yourself who can't contain themselves and ask redundant, foolish, childish questions. Clearly you've never grown up and you're still sitting at the children's table for the retards. Say hello to Mommy and Daddy when they make the chocolate cake with your cup of coffee for your birthday, retard. Hello?
I disagree with you, March.
Use that fucking word on YouTube. Oh my god, it's fucking YouTube. It's not even me. It's motherfucking YouTube, you piece of shit. Fuck off.
March doesn't have any arguments. He's just ad hominem insults after insults. Come on, March.
It's not.
Say something.
It's fucking YouTube. Maybe I care, maybe I don't, but it's fucking YouTube. Just follow YouTube's terms and stuff just when you're on my stage. I'm live streaming to YouTube. It's in the title. Fuck. Just follow YouTube's terms of service. That's the Christian love.
That's the Christian love.
They can't even follow YouTube terms of service because they're pieces of shit. Alright. Anybody in the audience feel free to there's anybody wants to defend their God, feel free.
Donald!
Hello, how are you?
Donald, I have a question for you. Do you accept music as proof for evidence that God exists? By playing music, I can indefinitely and indubitably prove to you that God is not merely a concept, but an actuality expressed through music.
How do you demonstrate God through music?
I play my little music machine.
Giving me the assumption that music is imaginary.
Correct assumption. Listen closely.
I'm just gonna continue.
I'm demonstrating God, you fool.
I don't understand why you think I'm not gonna do what I tell you I'm gonna do. I tell you I'm gonna do a thing, and then I do that thing. I don't understand what the misunderstanding is here. I'm not gonna listen to music at all. Wow, you guys. Bad argument.
Is that Andrew R?
You can't falsify your shit. If you can't falsify it, then you can't prove it. It's fucking stupid. In space. They self-assemble in space. This is stupid. Any biogenesis argument is fucking dumb. You all should just stop using them. Especially since we found life on Mars.
A friend of Northfit.
Megatron, hi.
Every time we
If I asked them,
too
I
much.
would have said, okay, but they offered me, so, like, you know,
I wouldn't
so you go. You don't go
Obviously,
to the Start a Wish Foundation. The kid makes a wish, and then you're like, well, I'm sorry, you weren't picked.
He's totally freaking playing victim.
Yeah, that was okay. That's my friend's thing. Okay.
Maybe can everybody say
My friends are the ones that are
loyalty. You know what a good song to connect if you could sing this one?
What was exactly so?
I'm sorry.
Reason. That one? And the reason is you. And the reason
It's my life. It's my life. My life. It's my life. It's my life.
Go.
No, sing this one. Reason, maybe. This is a good song for this room, Jahil, I think. It's called.
Reason.
We all need a heal.
And the reason is you.
I don't know the song.
Then maybe we can sing Imagine all together. Right?
There's a lot of cool singers.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's sing Imagine all together.
And the end is near.
It's a great does it out.
My friend.
Yeah, sorry. I say it's clear.
And every high
I think things will go back to normal. I think so. I really think so.
There's there's like this patriotic thing about Canada, the U.S. that was popular many decades ago.
Back and forth. Just follow the launch, let everything else fade away. The more you look, the lighter you feel. You can't look away. When you're ready, do exactly as I asked.
Like, Trump's gonna be honest.
Back and forth.
It's
Back and forth. Just follow the launch, let everything else.
The media is so responsible for, like, I know they're all competing with each other to get views, and I know that negative shit sells, but
Off, bozos. This magnet set the high.
like a higher voice of reason
timer again?
and
Last time you speak to him.
stability, and say, okay, from now for the next 5 years, we're just gonna put on rainbows and people like farting happiness and jelly beans and cute cats and just hokey, really, really friendly stuff in the information systems to calm everybody down. Like something like that's gonna have to happen. You know.
I don't know. That's not what the Prime Minister is saying.
I just hope it does. I hope it's like.
What do you think of your Prime Minister?
He is a kind of banker and mathematician type person. He's a logician. He's kind of logical guy. You know, he's kind of dry.
Yeah. That's a good thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely good. It's good to be not emotional at this moment.
And he's
very calm. Yeah.
And he's got so much experience.
Yeah, he has.
Very impressive.
Yeah, I think that speech really pissed off Trump.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He cited it at Davos, and then he immediately made some threats to Canada. He immediately withdrew the invitation to Canada to the Board of Peace after that speech.
That Board of Peace is such a fucking.
I know it's amazing how many people. I mean, I'm just amazed that all these countries are signing up.
Dude, it's blackmail. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, it totally is, and they're paying it because they're like, oh, okay.
It's complete blackmail. All of these countries that signed up, they're like,
that the thing fails, because if they succeed with Gaza, then he's going to try to make it a more permanent institution. It's going to be problematic.
Dude, that project is a complete failure from every single angle, because first, from one angle, right, from one particular angle, it certainly paints Israel as a very cruel place, or what would you say, a dishonest actor, with a broad brush, right? So that move is somewhat anti-Semitic in that way. I mean, I made this argument earlier a couple times this week. The whole Trump using, in the name of protecting Jews for just shutting down civil liberties and kicking people out of the country, right? And if you look back through history, it's always minority groups of people, and then that's also including Jews, that are blamed for negative shifts in the country. So he kind of knows that there's people around him that know what they're doing. They're being slick about it, and so that none of these fuckers, none of this money's going to go to people suffering in Gaza, right? So people from the outside, it's such a bad rep,
He already set it up in such a way that he controls the funding.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous. Even if the funding goes to help whoever he wants to help with it, he's going to be taking huge cuts.
Yeah. The whole thing. So that's the thing. It's I don't know. I've been watching. I watched a couple documentaries on the Gestapo, and then a couple documentaries on how. Now, I'm not making one-to-one correlations between the Gestapo and ICE, certainly not. But just seeing the similarities, right? And then watching documentaries, and read a couple books on how democracy slipped into tyrannical rule, and I had no idea this before taking a dive into this, just how fragile democracies are. 50% of them fail. Have failed. The world's democracies in the last 20 years, I think there's 100 and... No, less than that. I think there's 70, and then half of them failed in the last 20 years. So, anyways, there's a pattern to this shit, and he's consolidating as much power. Democracies are very, very fickle. Very fickle.
Seattle's here.
So anyways,
People still get married, right?
Yeah, I know, but I forget who it was. I think it was Thomas Sowell, this economist. I know a lot of people don't like him, but he once said something that really struck me. He said, never ask why a country is poor. He's the default situation of human organized labor and government is one of chaos and violence. Never ask why a country is poor. That's the default situation of humanity, is poverty and chaos. He said, what you want to do is you want to ask, how the fuck did a country become wealthy, and how does it maintain itself? And he laid out in this one book, I think it's The Wealth of Populated Nations, 7 specific things have to be in place and stable for a country to actually function well. And then after reading these books, or watching these documentaries, and reading a couple books on how democracy slipped into tyrannical rule, I get the feeling that you need a series of things to go very, very perfectly well in order for democracies to maintain democratic values. It's not a sure thing. So if a democracy fails, that's kind of the default situation.
Oh, yeah. The question is not why some countries are poor, but why others are rich.
Exactly, yeah.
He had another famous quote, which goes something like, the first lesson of economics is scarcity. There's never enough of anything to satisfy all those who want it. And the first lesson of politics is to disregard the first lesson of economics.
Yeah, that's why we elect people to lie to us.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, that's what they do all the time. It's so crazy. And then later when they're in trouble. So the basic lie is this: is they tell people essentially we're going to lower taxes or keep taxes low. We're going to do all this spending to because we don't want to cut spending. If they say we're going to cut spending. And then we're just going into deficit spending until the debt gets huge and, the economy can no longer support it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Nardis.
Hi guys.
And then everyone acts surprised.
Pro, are you awake? Pro?
Pro, you awake, dude?
No, Pro I think is sleeping.
Alright, Matthew and Bill. I'm gonna write something in the chat, so this is weird.
Did you see Hamza today?
No, can you just look at the chat?
Okay, I haven't seen him in a long time.
Okay. Now give me a minute, I need to spend something.
I don't know who S is. DM you?
No, it's both of you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, alright, Matthew, can you just check?
So there's nothing in my chat.
Delete, alright.
Delete, there's nothing there.
Nardis' dog is crying.
He's always crying. Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh, I don't care about that. I don't
Bro,
care.
I just walked him by mistake.
Oh, okay.
Riley, I feel left out. What's going on?
I'm sick.
Yeah, he just will send it to you, but I don't care. I mean, I always make that assumption, Nardis. I always make that assumption.
Yes, it was a mistake. Okay. And then I heard.
Marcus, include me. What the hell?
1 sec.
John Kitover is recording the rooms again. Fucking bastard.
I'm telling you, there's nothing in my messages from him.
Fucking bastard. John Kitover, that's so...
Oh, there it is. Okay. It was just delayed, sorry.
There's no replays here. Can you read it?
No.
Just read it. It's in your chats. Yeah, I can know it. You're sure.
Okay, yeah, we know that already.
Like right now.
Yeah, we know that already.
Yo, hold on, Benjamin, you there? Never mind, actually, we can't.
Huh?
Benjamin,
there's nothing anybody can do.
Well, I got something I can do.
It's not even like something like. You guys are not discussing it. What are you guys discussing?
Oh,
economics.
Yeah, okay, so why would anyone? Like, do you think it's important what you guys are talking about? Like, should I open a room and start streaming you guys?
Zargus, read my DM.
anything.
I see you got my invitation.
Well, yes, sir.
I understand you're no longer the King's Minister of War.
Well, I gotta go, guys.
Obviously not, sir. Obviously not, so.
Might see me very soon.
Silence!
I just accept message.
Yeah, I think we should do it.
I accept, sir. Good sir. All's well that ends well.
Check your DMs.
Madam, your son Ferdinand was killed.
I don't care. There's nothing I ever say on this app that's like fucking. I don't know.
Oy.
I mean, we can just talk at this point. If anybody's paying attention, he knows. Doesn't matter. Did you get the message?
I did.
So, I discovered this a few days ago. So he's always done that. And, again, he knows that. At this point, he knows it, and who cares? You just kick out all his accounts or whatever. But always, he never had a Clubhouse, Plus account. And,
No, I
recently, I saw the room streaming. Dude, I was kicking out innocent people from the room. It was that room, the trial of Europe.
Yeah.
I kicked out 4 or 5 innocent people. Just, checking to see if they were him. But then, I kicked everybody that was there when I saw the streams. Except Anna.
And that's when I was talking to Abe about this. That's when I figured out, I was like, damn, Kitover has a Clubhouse Plus account. And so now there's nothing you can do except not start public rooms.
There's nothing you can do here, Chris. Nothing.
You can't get in. But public rooms, his little Plus account can get in wherever he wants. And so I actually talked to him also about this. It kind of makes a tiny amount of sense that you want to like to record this room, because this is not a replay room. I saw him restreaming one of like here in the hallway, one of Andrew's rooms that was already on replay. So he was making a replay of a replay room. I was even asking, I was like, what is the point? Nobody's gonna like look at your replay. It's like worse quality, etc. But obviously he made something up about, oh man, I'm streaming you guys to YouTube. I get like 10, 15 views. It's like not even a penny. I have no idea what he's doing. Again, these rooms that are not replay, you know, you can be like, you can make a case. You're turning them into a replay room. But he's also doing it for replay rooms. He was doing it for the Talking Apes room today.
There he is again.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he doesn't care about consent.
Don't give no fucks about your consent, because you don't need consent.
Like, there he is. Election. So he's here on 2 accounts, on his Anon account and that Election Buttercup account. What's up, Kitover? I don't think I can let you up, man. But yeah, he's been doing this. Look, there's the YouTube link. If you wanna... Again, Kitover, I kind of understand you doing it to this room. Why do you do it to the already on replay rooms? It's just stupid. And you're not making money from it. If you were like streaming it and getting like AdSense and actually had viewers, maybe. I know. Dude, I know. I'm close to being monetized. Dude, even if you get monetized, you're gonna have to, again, how much, you get like a penny for 1,000 views? It's gonna take you forever to get 1,000 views on anything. Fourth of the way. Dude, you're delusional, man. You will never get, this original room doesn't get 1,000 views. What makes you think your bad quality audio live stream is gonna get 1,000 views? No, you don't. You're getting bots. So it's like your views are also bots. They get put through like some kind of like authentication thing, and they get removed. Your views are gonna get removed because a lot of them are just bots.
Like, here's the thing, Siam. Like, John, for me, he's almost like hey, John. He's almost like a performance artist or canary in the coal mine. What I mean is he's making it very obvious what people that are far more powerful than him are doing to us on this app. Like our voices, our opinions, all these things are collected and the data sold. And anything that you say or Nargis says or anybody else says can easily be clipped out, taken out of context, or at this point with artificial intelligence, our identities, anybody can be blackmailed for any reason whatsoever, like 10, 20 years from now. So just imagine, in a worst case scenario, imagine that the United States did fall into tyranny. All right? Any kind of fight against government or powerful people that you don't particularly like, they're just gonna create false accusations against you, have fake videos of you committing crimes that you never committed, and lock you away. I'm absolutely certain of that. Like, that's obviously where things are headed. So John is just kind of like doing it in a playful manner, but he is kind of almost doing us a favor by saying, hey, look, anything you do online, it's nothing is secret, and you know, that's the world that we're heading into. I just don't know what to do about it, right? I don't know what to do about it.
I mean, that we know that we're being recorded and data harvested on the internet and social media. Like, we already know that. We don't need Kitover.
Yeah, I know.
That's what he said about August.
But it's almost a good thing because people need to be reminded. Like, a lot of people come on this app, they think they have privacy. Nargis, I'm not saying that you're, you know, gold or something. I don't think you believe that.
I am fallible. I don't think any of us actually sit and think.
You're pure-hearted.
No, I just don't like this. Like, in this regard, I'm not very intelligent. Like, I get really, I get
No, you're not going
used, and I am. It's okay. My parents tell me too. Like, I know what the straight to me. It's a growth area.
We are the product in this app. We get to come on here and tease one another and have our little political debates, but at the end of the day, we're the product and we're feeding this machine.
Yeah, and we forget that, and I think Kitover is like a good, like, example. You're right. Who's like reminding us that this is what's happening, and Kitover is doing it on a very small scale too.
Oh, tiny. It's nothing. No.
So,
It's,
but then we don't think when we come on, we give the benefit of doubt to it not perhaps happening, right?
No, it's
when
happening.
someone's directly doing it, that's when you feel like, shit, I did not give consent. Like, what if I just got every freaking word that comes out of my mouth? And your mouth. I say I'm the same.
But you know, in my city here in Calgary, there's been reports a couple times it's happened already this year where people will record your voice or they'll find recordings of it and they'll it's called the grandmother or grandfather scam, where they call up your parents and they'll say, hey, this is Nargis, you know, I'm stuck in Mexico, I went on vacation, can you send me $2,000?
Yeah, it's happened to my sister. It's very positive. I'm telling you, I'm very gullible to the shit. Except,
you know, and individual criminals are doing this, but they're not sophisticated whatsoever. Governments will do this. And people like Trump and the weirdos that surround him and the weird Epstein people and these billionaire control freaks, it's not about money for them. It's about control. It's about like them creating, and you know, who's them, but just there's a small group of billionaires, not your average billionaires, but there's a small group of billionaires that are absolutely obsessed with technology because they see it as a means of cementing control. Right? I don't know if you were in the other room before Nargis, but I actually know from my hometown, there's a family of billionaires, right? In my hometown, small town of 2,000 people. They're the largest steel family in all of North America. And they are at odds big time with, very, very angry with Trump, right? Because they have factories in Ontario and in Michigan and Illinois and in Mexico as well. And Trump's putting up these fucking tariffs and it's pissing his family off, right? So there's regular billionaires, if there is such a thing, right? Hard to believe, but there's regular billionaires. And then there's a small group of people that are friends with Trump that are really they're throwing all of their faith into technology and AI. And they think that they're going to be able to control the world. trying to do whatever they can to become as powerful as they can and to maintain power. And they'll do that by blackmailing everybody and just every means of control possible.
Yeah.
Check out my PTR. Have you ever seen Kitover setup? Where like his dozens of the He had. So I've talked to him before. He told me he has how many Kitovers? 40-something accounts, 30-something YouTube accounts. They're all streaming 24 hours a day. That's just one little corner where you see those 6 phones running. Then look at all the other phones there, like lined up. Dude, he's gotta have hundreds of phones. I don't even know how he afforded this. That's my question. Well, he did say he's buying them like used, maybe like $10 a pop. But still, if he has 100 phones.
John, what is this? How many phones do you have?
Hundreds, bro. $30 cell phones.
Oh my god.
But he has hundreds of them running and streaming and uploading. He was laughing. He's like, I can't believe they let you upload 24 hours a day. There's no like data limit. It was pretty funny, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's doing us a favor by just like showing us what like these billionaires that I'm talking about, like how they think.
The question is, why is John doing it? Isn't that a dopamine?
Called mental illness.
No, he's not mentally ill.
No, he's not mentally ill.
Oh my god, bro, come on.
He is an artist. But
it is like
he's doing it.
No, you can say I'm autistic or whatever. This
No,
is
bro, from an artist to an artist, bro. No, you're not understanding.
Undiagnosed mental illness.
No, CM.
This is from an artist to an artist. I understand why he's doing it. Yeah,
CM, do you remember what's his name? Andy Warhol. He used to like make pictures of like Marilyn Monroe or Heinz ketchup. Right? And because he was just like a mirror, he's just showing society what they are. Right? The reason he did like these boxes of like ketchup or things like that, he just reflected society at that moment. Well, I guess to me, I feel Kitover's just showing us like the politicians and the jokesters.
You guys are gassing off so much. This guy's literally masturbating to this shit right now.
He's an artist.
No, the reason Warhol did these tomato can things were like he was trying to paint like really mundane stuff as opposed to like all the other artists trying to like paint like really complicated landscapes and etc. He was just he went the other way. He was trying to get away from this abstract cubism art or whatever. Anyways, don't gas old Kitover, man.
No, CM, the reason...
He's calling you a critic, but he's not. CM is just judgmental. He's not critical.
Look at the phones.
Look at his PTR.
CM, the purpose of an artist is to... it's not normal, but our society isn't normal. Our society is not normal. Politics are not normal at this time. Why do you think John ran for politics? He's mocking the system.
Sure, okay, John, damn, I wish we could bring him up.
John, come on.
I know, but I think Ben and Pro are asleep. Most likely.
Can you get John up? I kind of want to understand this. This could actually be inspiring for my next project. John, what is this? You can't come out with it.
Matthew's a big fan now. He loves you, Matthew. That's it after what you just said about him. Yeah.
He is
mentally ill.
It's not.
It's not. Society is mentally ill.
He's reflecting
exactly what I want to hear. That's what he wants to hear.
No, this is how art works. I'm an artist. I know why he's doing it.
Yeah,
it's just that this is exactly what's happening.
He streams 24 hours a day. This is
That's because have you seen me do
not art? Wait.
Have you seen me do art? AI flow state.
This is the streaming version of AI slop. This is not art.
He's showing you what the fuck is going on in the real world. He's a reflection of that shit. This is what he's showing you. This is what's happening in a world we cannot see behind us. 24 hours.
Well, I would like to ask him about the thing. So if you look at one of his other accounts, I don't know if he made the ballot or something for this election on March 17 or something. But like, John, you understand that even if you got some votes, they could just clip farm you on YouTube and just break down your entire campaign. Like, you never have to do anything.
Well, that's what his point was. A regular person nowadays cannot run for politics. There's no way they're gonna make it. He's mocking the system, dude. Look, Sam, every time there's a really good, like a good person that reflects good art, what they do is they reflect society as it is, and then people look at it and they get pissed off about it, and they react to it like they're like, oh, this is fucking bullshit. It's like when fucking Andy Warhol was showing. No. Listen, I'll give you an example.
You know he's stroking it to your words right now.
Sam, just listen to me for a second. Sam, just listen to me for a second. So, during this 1960s, there was this famous news. It was a guy that went around New York City taking pictures of like car accidents or stuff like that, right? It was like horrific. And he became quite famous. So what criminals would do is they would call up this guy and they'd say, hey, I'm about to kill this person or something like that. And he would call them. The criminals would call this guy up and he would go to the scene and he would take the photos before the cops even got there, right? And people were fucking pissed off about them. And then his stories were in the media. And then Andy Warhol came along and he did paintings of this guy doing this stupid shit. So it's like culture reflecting art, reflecting on itself. And everybody was pissed off at Warhol because he was showing culture just how fucked up it was. And they were calling Andy Warhol crazy. But all he was doing was he was saying, look, this is what we've become. And I think John, in a way, maybe he didn't set out to do this, but this is what he's doing at the moment. He's showing people, look at how fucking retarded everything's become. Right? Nardis gets it. You're too much of a logician.
No, dude, I get art that's like
I do this for a living.
criticisms.
What he's doing is just brilliant. It's yeah, it is.
You're just giving him more shit to jerk off to.
Listen. We're feeling hurt, and I think I first felt hurt because I was like, this is not with our consent initially, right? But what Kitover is doing is that he's showing us that nothing is being done with our consent, except that we cannot see. Like God, he's being God.
No, he's not being God. He's just showing
he's
how
doing things behind the scenes.
Everything is, you know.
No, I mean the God of corruption. He's like doing it invisibly.
He's doing it visibly. He's doing it like he's showing it.
He's showing the visible of the invisible.
Yes. But the scary thing, Narjis, is that the people that are truly sophisticated with the billions and billions of dollars, they're doing this shit on a very fucking deep level. And we're in a lot of trouble. I have no idea what to do about it.
Look at CM, bro. Look at this.
That's John right now, bro. What are you talking about?
Just CM, what are you doing, bro? I don't understand. I just say I don't understand.
Right now. John is rock hard listening to you guys, bro. What the fuck?
John is rock hard.
I bet that was hilarious. Oh man.
Sick.
Oh god. This is disturbing to even think about, man. Get a life, John. It's not art. It's the equivalent of AI slop. It's nobody cares about this. Do real art.
I think he cares for us.
In a weird way, yeah. I
He's
think
just
so.
created a room and we can talk.
I think so. Anybody that can come along and show the faults of culture cares in a way. You know, they care. They're like, look at this fucked up. There's something weird going on.
That's why he says, go read a book. Why do you guys sit on this app and jibber-jabber 24 hours?
Do you think he reads books? He has these things that
He reads.
It's not dumb.
No, bro.
It's not dumb.
Dude, he reads literature that I like reading with him. He reads Aleister Crowley. Like, who reads books of Aleister Crowley, bro?
I read Crowley's biography.
Well, his work is pretty good. And I've read with John before.
The only solution is gym and books. Two things, none of which he does.
Exactly. This also holds to you, John. You can't just want us to change. You can't be that sacrificial lamb on the cross.
The other day, he's like, he's like, I just ate 4 slices of pizza. I'm downing some.
He says he does have neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. I've done 3 courses of it. It's cold outside at the moment.
With all that money you spent on phones, you could have got some, like, home gym equipment.
For the love of art, baby.
I went to Jiu-Jitsu today. I'm glad about that. Oh, I do gardening too.
Well, John does self-neuro-linguistic programming on himself. So, and he does hypnosis. By the way, his hypnosis sessions are pretty good. I think CM should go to one of them. Oh my god, CM.
Wait, to what?
To his hypnosis sessions.
I've heard him, like, ramble, or just read some random stuff, reading to himself. I've heard him.
But then I've taken the words. Also, the way he reads them. Sometimes he reads like, hello? Hello? He reads like basic stuff like Torah. He doesn't read the Torah. He reads it like the rabbis read it. Like basic literature. It's interesting.
Atheist. It's, I don't know, oh damn, Matthew left. I was gonna say, we can start a room and talk to him. But it's just like, I'm telling you, interesting questions. How many phones does he own? How many YouTube accounts does he have?
He does read Tao. He does read Buddhism. Dhamma Padmas. He reads Upanishads. I have seen that. Yeah, he reads good books. Spiritual stuff.
Hello?
Hello? When it comes here?
I can't do it, dude. Hello? It's got like a real funny like thing.
Nobody did it well. Hello?
Wait, that was not read history books, man. Read science books. That's what you need to be reading.
Did he engage the quantum?
Yeah, tomorrow I'll tell Pro to like start modding me in these rooms because Benjamin and Pro always falls in.
Yeah, exactly. Also, you guys can have like private rooms if you want.
I mean, I told Pro that we're getting strained by Kitover. And I mean, he doesn't care. He also said he's like, well, if you're on Clubhouse, you should assume you're getting recorded.
Exactly.
And he's got a point. Well, I wonder I guess this room will be open all night. These guys sleeping here.
You wanted to believe in God? You want evidence for God's existence?
Yeah, I would love, yeah.
It's what happens in the invisible. Kitover is showing you the physical manifestation of them.
This is not a demonstration of God. This is, again,
Okay, do you grant that God is a metaphysical being that is invisible?
Me, that sounds like non-existent.
Okay, let's hold that as a precept, right? So this invisible being has awareness.
Check out the phones. Look at his PTR.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. These are being recorded, and everything we do, the universe records it. Except that every now and then, something manifests in the universe, and all things recorded come to life. And Kitover is bringing that manifestation to life that we're able to see.
Do you want to go
Every action we do, yeah, let's go have a talk with them.
Okay.
Or you want to make a new room or something?
Well, we're talking to him. He won't kick us because he's always kicking me out of his rooms. But
why? He left.
Because I'm talking shit in the comments. Well, not even when I'm not. Right, hold on. Let me see what room he's streaming in. Okay, I found it. It's called Jews, Muslims, and Christians. It's a club, Untitled. I can pay you. All right, Kitover, go to that room. The Untitled Jews, Muslims, and Christians.
Okay, fine. Let's go.
Hello, John.
Welcome.
So tell us the truth. How hard were you listening to Nargis and Matthew?
I'm not hard, bro. I don't think you understand. I am known on Clownhouse. In every room, they fear me. Every room, they talk about me. They say, "There's that motherfucker John Kitover. I keep telling that motherfucker to stop live streaming our rooms, and that motherfucker keeps live streaming our shit. Motherfucker."
They do that. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, John, we're going to interview you, okay?
Go for it.
So, yes, let's start with how many Clubhouse accounts do you have?
6.
Come on, it's like 60.
No, I got 6, and I got 1 burner with the Plus account, which you noted today, and I plan on creating more. But over the years, I've had at least, probably 40 accounts at least.
Wow, so only 6.
Which is really annoying. You know, they created the Plus account because of me. I hope you know that.
No, dude.
Yes, dude. Abso-fucking-lutely. They didn't create this thing without thinking about me. They know me because everybody complains about me because I've created so many accounts. Do you have any idea how many accounts I've had to, pepper, meaning, cultivate? All of this, a lot of my work was leading up to the Trump presidency and Kamala Harris because I was live streaming all the pro-Kamala Harris rooms. Anyways, what other questions do you have?
Okay, and so you said, you record these on Clubhouse and then you stream them to YouTube, right?
No, I live stream my office onto YouTube, and everything that I'm listening to is being live streamed onto YouTube. And I have 40 plus YouTube accounts, and I rotate through them. And if you spend any time on my YouTube Live, you can just randomly go to a YouTube Live and say, "Oh my God, that's me talking. He recorded himself, and I'm in the background talking about nothing."
I know.
John, why do you do this?
Like you said, it's just a hobby art project. There's no financial, reward, but one of my YouTube accounts is actually fairly close, and I think within a month and a half, 2 months, I could get pretty close to monetizing it. If I can actually get a monetized account, it'll be a big accomplishment.
John, you do this, obviously, every artist. I'm an artist. I mean, we want to create also some kind of awareness, other than just express our art, right? What is that you want to?
So the big thing is anger, I was talking to a Clubhouse user on here today, and I told him, I was like, could you imagine going 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, 30 days without being angry? He's like, bro, I can't, I've never gone 1 day without getting angry. And so that's the big thing, is if you read all this wisdom and you're into God, the big message is, why are you getting angry if everything is, not a speck of dust out of place? Like, your anger is what's out of place. And too many people are just road raging. And this app is just a reservoir depository of anger, road rage sufferers who come on here and want to get their dopamine, but they're so stupid they don't read a book. And so, that's my complaint against these supposed atheists who come on here. They don't even read books about atheism. So you also have to look at it from a communications perspective, that all communication is hypnosis or politic or projection or spam. But my belief is most people just come on here and get their dopamine, but in the process, they're just creating low quality spam. I would rather get my dopamine and create high quality spam. CM thinks I don't read books, but I have read many, 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 many books on this app over the years, and many, many, many of my accounts, the original was called Audio Teachers, it got deleted. So years of work. Yeah, you say something politically out of line or controversial, they delete all your work. So this is the challenge that all artists face, which is the censor. And the censor on this app is very left-leaning. And a lot of left-leaning people on here who pose as right-leaning people are actually just left-leaning. And they report you, and they attack you, and they try to get you... Do you know how many people on here have called the FBI on me? The police, political people. Like, people absolutely hate me. And that's because of my opinion. But more than that, it's because I've recorded them being schmucks. And that's what really makes them, like, annoyed with me, is say that, how dare he? I didn't give my consent. So, like, we're dealing with, like, fascist kings here who, give everybody a green bean and take your green bean power ring out your asshole. People are crazy, Narjas. People want to dominate. It's unsocial behavior.
Well, people don't want to be recorded without their consent.
I know, but I'm that guy who's challenging people to say, hey, guess what I'm doing? You don't like it. How are you going to deal with it? Because that's at the root of Stoic philosophies. You can't control your environment. You can only control your emotions. So when somebody comes in here and records you, how dare he? He's mocking me. Because see, that's what's really happening, is I'm mocking people. And so people will not tolerate being mocked. And I'm showing them that you can't prevent people from mocking you, but you can't control your emotions. But people can't do that, CM. That's the big thing in philosophy, education, and personal development is, are you in control of your emotions, or are your emotions in control of you?
Not just that, the content that they spew, it's filled with so much hate. And I'm quite certain that in their real lives, they're not exercising such behaviors, right? Because it would be so antisocial. For me, sometimes I'm bewildered by how people make statements, use words, and sort of not care for the sentiment of the other person, as well as like not bother to check facts before making those statements. To rather make a quick check on what we're saying. Also, like, have you observed, Kitover, like the dynamic in the rooms? Would you say that the theists, for example, and the atheist rooms operate differently? Or do you see like similar patterns? Obviously, you're going through
the one pattern is the dopamine creation. It doesn't matter what the topic is, it will still create dopamine. So that's why I say it's better to listen to smart stuff. Life is short, choose the best. Hang out with the best people, hang out with the best books, consume the best media. And so, this app is going nowhere. It's, again, it's John Kitover's garbage dump. And, it will never stop because people are going to create that dopamine for themselves. And, I say read Shakespeare because then you're less of a dope. this app is brain rot. It really is perfect brain rot because AI can't compete with the dynamic of the human mind. Our brains, because we're so diabolical, and I don't know if you've ever like walked a dog. You'll notice that the dog is so multivariable that to even try to contain the dog or to get angry at the dog's behavior, that's a you problem. So people come on here and they get so immediately hypnotized with the other speakers that they basically become it deals with anger, or rage. Like, it is so funny listening to people crash out on this app from like a third party perspective, recording them, because you're like, I cannot believe people come on here and behave this way. But that is indicative of the way that they behave in the real world. If they're unstable here regularly, that means they are generally unstable in their real lives. And I don't like hanging out with people like that. I don't like working with them. I don't like talking with them. Like, you live your life that way, but I'm not a panicking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't panic. I'm not gonna sit there and, get my feathers fluffled because of some obnoxious person. I mean, I will endure an obnoxious person out of compassion and kindness and friendliness for a while. But again, it goes back to like that: you fool me once, shame on me; fool me, or opposite of that. But anyways, this app is an experiment, and people that don't spend any time doing personal development, they're depressed. You cannot come here and think that it's going to fill you up with the psychology that you need to essentially succeed in the real world, which is hyper competitive. You can use this app for personal development, but people just don't do that.
John, when did you get on this app? Beginning?
2020, yeah.
And were you ever like a regular user, normal user, one account, like just?
Of course, yeah. Of course.
When did this?
Eventually, my account got deleted. Audio Teachers, I believe, was my first account, and I used it on my iPad. And I was recording books and talking politics and COVID-19 vaccines. Eventually, I got canned. I had many, many thousands of followers on that account.
Oh man, I can imagine your COVID live coverage.
Hey, John, obviously, you're also observing a collective behave in a certain pattern. Are you also behaving certain individuals that stand out, right? Who are either too obnoxious, too out there, or too unique, in their own sense? Do you think you differentiate between the two, or are you recording to understand how a collective works as a pattern?
I recognize that, you said earlier that I do neurolinguistic programming on myself. Yeah. And so basically when I listen to people here that are angry, mean, and nasty, and hateful or violent, I become mean, angry, nasty, hateful, and violent in response.
Shocking.
As, a contrarian to their position. So I recognize the value of that, meaning that I am in control of my mind. And guys like Benjamin are good for a brief moment. They will help you focus your mind, encourage you to take a deep breath. So you have to look at this as a public speaking opportunity for development. Toastmasters is a very professional way of doing debate club because nobody wants to waste their time at 7 a.m. before you got to go to work. So this app should technically be more professional, but it's not. I've sat through many years of college in classrooms like you two, and you don't behave that way when a teacher is trying to educate you on a topic. So this app is just so unprofessional. It's just a bunch of clowns. And therefore, everyone here is worthy of incredible mockery. Because the truth is, if people wanted to use this app productively, they could, but they don't. They choose not to. So therefore, it's my opportunity to make fun of people and roast them. And I've always said that this app is a roasting app, whether I'm personally self-deprecating and roasting myself and making fun of myself, which has a lot of value, or I'm being made fun of by other people, and that has a lot of value. But When I make fun of other people, it also has great value. There's a lot of comedic value here because you're dealing with humans at their worst. It's vulgar, it's profane, and that's what a lot of comedy is, is notarized for. It's successful because of that. So there's value here. It's just a question of how do you capture it, how do you frame it, how do you distribute it. I think you know how difficult it is to create a publishing business. It's very difficult. It's because I'm totally censored. I'm a bald, white, middle-aged man who's a conservative heterosexual. The algorithm doesn't even want to know I exist. But part of my fun is also experimenting with the algorithm. Like I've put up 50,000 videos on YouTube, and I'm still always amazed at how random it is. My keywords seem like they have no impact whatsoever. So the algorithm is obviously biased. And we all know that these major platforms actually curate their content. And I'm just one of those Hillary Clinton, terribles or deplorables. And it's a challenge, but it's not one that I think has no value because either whether you like it or not, you're still stuck with the same game rules of communication. The same rules that Jesus Christ had, same rules that Buddha had, the same rules that Confucius had, but most people on this app will never read their books. And therefore, who's the schmuck, CM? The person who comes on here to waste all their time, to have casual conversations which go nowhere, or somebody who actually has the courage and the patience, because a lot of this deals with ADHD. Most people on here have an attention span of less than 30 seconds. 3 seconds is usually the most you can get from somebody.
10 seconds tops. Hey, John, what do you think anonymity is the reason people are like so crazy on this app? Because I remember when Clubhouse first came out, people used to use their real names and pictures.
Yeah, I was criticized. Why don't you use your real identity? And I would say, well, why do you use your real identity? And so
Lots of people did.
I know I'm a contrarian always, but now, especially after running for Congress, I don't mind centering myself and recording myself in a very obnoxious way. Like what my behavior here is very much frowned upon by family, friends, society. Somebody who sits in their office and live streams themselves listening to strokers waste all their time is not viewed as being socially acceptable. But
wait, your family knows about this?
Who do you think I don't have family and friends that Google me and look at my shit? Of course I do. My mom is like, why do you always read with that stupid British accent? And I'm like, Mom, it's still me. I'm just doing a voice. It's a performance. And she goes, Dad, you just use your regular voice. And I say, well, it's still me, Mom. She goes, I don't like it.
You look way crazier, dude.
Well, that's okay. My whole point is I'm never going to have success unless I can annoy people. If I'm just, another person being normal, well, then I have no... Part of media is the insanity of it. If you see something different, it catches your eye. Because most shit is just normal, but I'm actually normal, which is the funny part. It's society which is really fucked up. Nobody obeys the law. Everybody thinks their political position supersedes the law. And the law is all important. So, Nara, welcome to CM and Narja's Q&A with Candidate John. Nara, did you have something you want to say?
Yeah.
Hey man, I don't think you sound like you. I mean, always there. We're all fans of each other. This is not a room of strokers, for the record, and this is a collection of some of the most insane minds, insanely beautiful minds there has ever been. So not just CM much. Do you think you got it, bro? You really understand the artist, bro? You think you've got it?
Yeah, I do it. Yeah, bro. This is what I do for a living, bro. This is why I understand what he does. Except, he's shown me that perhaps I'm feeling deprived in my life, and there's an emptiness for which I need to be heard, perhaps, by people on a platform such as this, which could have been used less frequently, once in a while. Instead, the freaking dopamine kick is so addictive then it just constantly gets you back. And a complete delusion of reality sets in. And we idiots sit on this instead of like valuing every minute of our lives, spend it on just gibber jabbering.
A PhD like
And I love
PhD of maths.
John Kitover, I love you for showing this to me today. I truly appreciate you.
It's just like a work conference call. There's no difference. It's how professional are you? I can come on here and play the clown and the fool, or I can come on here and play the stock analyst if you want me to. I can be an architect if you want. I can be a philosopher. But the other thing that I've noticed, Narja, is that people are actually better with the jibber jabber than without it. Because without it, they don't get the dopamine they need and they fall into depression. So guys like Doc, the military guy on here, he's a hardcore alcoholic. But actually, with this app, linguistically and for mental health, it's helped him tremendously. Because of loneliness and depression. And so some people are better with it, but I always suggest to him, read a book on here and I'll listen to it, but he doesn't have the willpower to do it. Because most people aren't interested in books, or they just don't have the books. So, you can't really fault people for not reading great books when they actually don't own any great books.
Hey, John, so to go about what Nargis was saying, so who are like the most interesting characters to like follow and record here on Clubhouse for you?
Anybody who...
Are you willing to share the revenue of the stream?
Yeah, I will give dividends if I actually monetize. Of course I would. I would invite people. I would spend my money on real world events and soirees for people. Danny heard my theory earlier today about dopamine schmucks, meaning that it's better to read a book on here and get your dopamine, because we all need dopamine and words or talk therapy. So therefore, on average, let's say you say 800 words a day and you listen to 1,300 words a day. That's your daily average. And my challenge to you is, if you choose the content wisely and you read it yourself and you listen to it yourself, you've now created a bubble, and that is an anti-socialistic bubble, because you're no longer participating in this bird cacophony in a tree of people road raging in a tree and chirping like birds, but accomplishing nothing, and it's low-value information transfer. So there's a way to PSYOP or NLP yourself for education, for personal development, for joy, because if I were to ask you, what is the theory of joy? Most people could never tell me what the theory of joy is. Everybody on this app, they play the game. Prove to me God exists. But nobody here ever asks, what's the theory of joy? How do I actually maintain my dignity, my happiness? How do I create will? Or how do I create gravity or power? There's just a lot of things nobody talks about here, because most people are just... it's the same characters. It's the same people.
Yeah. Why are you making fun of Lou in that account?
That's not me, Danny.
Who are your interesting characters to record?
It just randomly happens. It's like an earthquake on here. I just scan the rooms. I don't even look at room titles anymore. I just look for profile pictures of people that I know that are like involved in these cliques on this app. And there are cliques. It is what it is. There's nobody specific that is more interesting or less interesting.
Can be. There's only a few of us here now.
Some of the dumbest people on here, all of a sudden, they can become the most brilliant people in the world if they just utter one sentence and you're like, oh, what a nice person in a room full of disgusting human beings.
Jesus Christ. He's angry, this man. What's up? He's angry.
128.
I'm not angry. I'm just, I'm a mirror, Nara.
You're angry, bro.
Well, I like making fun of people.
He's not really angry, bro. It's just I expressed. He's not this. Hey, John, who are some of the interesting characters that you've come across, like over a large period of time on this app, that are also like.
Again, it's
Okay,
there's
other
nobody
than
there's
Danny,
nobody
other than
specific.
Danny.
The best way to see it is to is to just Google John Kitover and go to YouTube and then click on my lives and just randomly spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes listening to what I'm listening to. And then you would say, huh. Like a lot of people use my YouTubes as like a backup for their Clubhouse addiction. They want to see who I'm listening to, who I'm talking to. They want to hear the gossip. People's dopamine flares when gossip is being spread. So some people will come on here and create lies, aka gossip, just to create a mind virus, to get their own dopamine out of it, and also to create dopamine for other people. But this is human behavior, and it happens in the real world. Everything.
This is owning up to your shit. America fuck the world.
I got in trouble for making a rumor that someone on this app went to Epstein Island.
Is that Danny? Danny what?
They were really upset.
Danny, I didn't hear you. What is that?
I was in a room and I just said, this person went to Epstein Island. And they got really angry at me for like a week.
Who believes you? Maybe if they're a millionaire. Hey, John, how about this? How about from now on, like, whenever I'm in like a interesting room that like I think should be recorded, could I ping you and you come in and record it?
Yeah, you think you're the first person? I get people all day long. Come in here, record this room. Come in here, record that room.
No way.
People hate people on here. They know that I'm just a garbage collector, and they hate people here. And they go, "Oh, somebody ping John Kitover, get him to record this." Oh, I fucking hate this person so bad.
Today,
so brilliant.
you missed.
You were gonna say bitch, and you were talking about me.
Hysterically. Danny was crying hysterically today in the room.
Yeah, I heard there was a room title.
Because someone told me that one of the people in the room was an FBI agent trying to put me away, and I have a child, so of course I'm gonna fucking cry.
It's a 22-year-old, 24-year-old bag.
Bullshit. FBI
He's a
agents don't
bag.
have that kind of time.
No, but this person keeps asking me for my social security number. This person keeps asking really weird personal questions that I would never give someone else, you know? So I do kind of believe that it's true. And they were trying to meet me one day, and they keep saying they're going to poison me.
No, you guys are supposed to spend Thanksgiving together. I remember that.
Yeah, so he could poison me with some poisonous pie or some shit, and then take my organ.
You're playing. No, see.
Well,
Danny, stop
Danny,
it.
why do you even hang out with this guy?
Are either in on the joke, or you
I don't
have
think it's a joke.
just as bad mental illness as John. Which one is
No,
it?
John isn't mentally ill. John is a genius. Don't say that.
that's the mental illness that I prefer to have. Is genius. I prefer to be infected with genius instead of some other disease.
Okay, Danny, either you're in on the joke, and like I feel comfortable joking around with you. That's what I thought was the case. Okay, or you're a genius like John Kitover. Which one is it?
There we go. Maybe she's a
Which one
genius.
is it, Danny? Or are you normal like everybody else? Or you're a special...
Sam, what does that mean?
Why are you pointing a finger at Danny? Why do you need Danny?
That's what CM does. He always points the finger at the cutest girl in the room. That's what CM does. This is his approach.
Sam, don't do that.
No, I hang out with Danny a lot, and again, I'm always joking with her. The other day, I'm filling out I'm filing the police report right now. Like, I'm joking with her, and I thought she knew that I was joking.
Bro, I'm a mom too. I know how she
She's
feels.
crying hysterically in her room.
Yeah,
like,
because
thinking
your
one of her
mom-
friends is a Fed. I'm like,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
what?
person
Because
who
their
told
moms,
me.
they get freaked out. We love our children more than ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
But
let's.
the guy who told me also tried to call CPS on me like 2 months back, but he said it was.
That was Gigi trolling you. He never said your name, nothing. I don't even know if he
Well,
called
Gigi
you
says that they were trolling me when they were talking about Fiona, but then they were like, "How are we gonna deal with it? Are we gonna get guns?" I'm like, no, no, and I get that part was a joke, right? And it made me even more
Can I
upset.
introduce you to my friend John?
No, listen.
CM, we're already friends on Facebook, and I don't date women with children, even though Danny is a genius and beautiful. Listen, CM, let's move this conversation forward like a bridge, okay?
Yeah, why are you We're asking him the principles of why he does his work the way he does it.
John, tell me about your Church of Buttercup.
The Church of Buttercup is a mockery room dedicated to mocking Buttercup, who said that I'm a loser who records rooms and just kick them. So, like, if you're going to insult me, be careful, because now I will mirror you and I will clone you. And then eventually you will realize, oh, fuck. All of my unrecorded activity on here has been recorded by this loser bald asshole across all of these different accounts. I can't believe it. Plus 20 different YouTube. Oh my God, everything I've done on here for years has been recorded by this bald asshole? Everything I ever... And it's like, I can't even believe it either. Believe me, from like the person filming and... But a lot of this lives in my own mind because the quality of my work is so bad. But there is a young man on this app that does a perfect one-to-one recording on Club Deck, and he live streams all these rooms on YouTube. And some of these rooms are so funny. These conversations will never be had again because most people don't like redundancy and repetition. And that really is the indication of mental health, is are you so fucked up that you repeat yourself all the time? And somebody like Nora Bandura, who repeats herself endlessly about this and that and this and that. I've heard the same story many times, and so I have a bell here. When somebody starts repeating themselves, I just hit the bell. I say, I'm hitting the bell every time you repeat yourself. So you got to look at this also from my perspective, that I have offloaded all of these memories into the internet. When I go to sleep, I sleep like a fucking baby. I don't need to think about anything because all my memories, I'm Lawnmower Man, baby. I've already transversed into the digital domain. So if I were to die tomorrow and not wake up, I would be confident with my upload that at least the people I know, if they ever wanted access to me, they would just have to type in John Kitover. So in a way, I've achieved a state of immortality via spam. And I know a very successful, wealthy man who's very wealthy, like $100 million plus kind of wealthy. He doesn't need to work anymore, but guess what he's doing? He's just an influencer now. And I think CM is right. A lot of this is all just bot traffic. And it flares my dopamine when I go, oh, I got 5,000 views on this video. Chances are it's probably fucking all fake bots. And I am a schmuck. I wouldn't say it's a mental health issue. I would say it's not even gullibility. It's the fact that the dopamine will happen regardless of whether or not. The environment impacts your dopamine. So, and anyways, does that answer your question, Sam?
That was my question.
Oh, Nara. Sorry, Nara.
Yeah, that's all right. Oh, to the genius side. Kind of. I mean, that is a thing over there, right there, that bell. Just there. Just that. John.
I can't understand you. I'm not a genius. I'm a schmuck. I mean, I'm a comedian, man.
No.
I'm
No. Hold on. Listen. I was saying that bell right there where you said, you forgot whose question was that. Who asked the question? That bell, John, is what I'm talking about.
That tell?
Yeah. That gave you up, John.
No, it didn't give me up. I was going on a ramble. That was me giving you a download and me uploading to you. You got to look at this as packets and quant. We are doing information packet exchange real time. And part of the problem of this app is we can't actually transfer large amounts of information in short amounts of time. So naturally, we're going to have a lot of friction because people get frustrated that they can't get their thought or their opinion to properly be received, with acceptance. So, anyways.
No, it is. I mean, it is being received. I mean, it is being received on it is beyond anyone's comprehension, and it is beyond us really what is truly happening here. All right. So let's have a little faith fulfilled. Understand?
So, John, can I recommend a new target?
Go ahead.
I was gonna recommend Danny. You can help the agency, build the case against her, etc. by helping us gather information, recording the rooms that she likes. She's not into any recorded rooms. seen them before. And so, yeah, you could help the agency, you know, build a case, which is what we're currently doing at the moment. So
We've been helping. I truly believe we can help it.
Listen, I can't help Danny. Only Danny can run the scripts through her head. I've given her my, thoughts, opinions, and upload. But part of life also is actually just listening to your friends say stupid shit. If you actually like somebody, do you know what you do to confirm that you like that person? You listen to that person uninterrupted, and you let them get their dopamine off. And you know what? It's actually more annoying to resist somebody that won't shut the fuck up. So what you do is you just listen, and when you recognize that they've exhausted themselves and you can now get your word in, that's when you pop into the conversation. Otherwise is to cause yourself the friction. So, look, go into any room. People just hoard a green bean like it's the fucking Ring of Rings.
The Ring of Power.
It's the Ring of Power. It's crazy. People are crazy. And you think that I got mental health issues, CM? People on this app are neurotic. They're psychotic.
Lord of the Rings. John, do you ever record any black?
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of them, I've heard.
A lot.
Which ones?
Well, Politically Correct is my number one, and then there's others. But you will hear, honestly, some of the most ghetto, ratchet, hilarious combos ever.
Them for a good 4 months, just recording them every day.
Yeah.
Clubhouse cancer.
John is obsessed with
Chillism and Politically Correct, yeah.
Even Andrew's rooms, I think you were recording at some point.
Yeah, a lot of Andrew's rooms. And to me, he is the toy doll from... He's Woody. Like, the way he talks like he's a Christian evangelist. And it's like listening to Billy Graham sometimes. And I think that's his... See, you gotta look at this as like a performance. That's his well-established identity. And it's a tragedy that he can't play any other roles. If you're typecast, do you know how depressing that is? That you have no range or flexibility or ability to basically transform into a new identity at will? Do you know how exhausting that must be to be that poor fucking guy? So he tries his best, but IQ and intelligence and genius, it's really like a cornucopia, meaning that like when you eat a Thanksgiving dinner, the genius is in the mixture, the admixture. Poor Andrew, unfortunately, he is he's doomed to failure because he's not dynamic enough. He's that's my critique of his art. You see how artists and critics work now? You are a critic to John Kitover, and I'm a critic to CM. But I think that people always criticize my quantity, and they say you have no quality. I've tried to create quality with quantity by using high quality content, aka reading books. The content on Clownhouse is garbage. And people that I know that know me in the real world, and then they see this online behavior and online recordings, and they say, who the fuck are you even talking to? And what are you...
Great question.
So... Is the joke on me the guy who's mocking everybody by recording them? And see, people look at me and they hate themselves. Why is that? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello. Yeah. I mean,
John, have you so you're recording since the inception of Clubhouse?
I just hello, John. I respect your art, and I wish you the best. And I thank you for letting me know
Hey, Danny.
my own inner. Hello, I'm speaking. Hello. my own inner shortcoming, in a way. I think I'm going to get off the app.
I got fired from my job. I'm not getting off this app.
No, I need to like lacking. And you know what? The interesting thing is, John Kitover sometimes finds me, calls me to his hypnosis room, and gives it to me as though he's a psychic. He says, "Why are you miserable? What's going on in your life? Are you fucking depressed?"
Not funny, Danny.
Shit like that.
No, I say that to everybody because I recognize depression, meaning that like I myself have dealt with depression, but I'm not perfect. I'm consuming a lot of cannabis over here and drinking alcohol and trying to get to the gym and trying to read more books.
Trying.
But the point is this app is like a 3D simulator that you can, utilize for your own joy. Just many people just don't know, because basically Narj is like in that Persian room you were in. I was like, the problem why there's still so much conflict is because nobody here is playing any music. And you were like, I actually agree with that. And so when you listen to music or you create music and you recognize the challenge of actually creating, beautiful sounds, you realize that it's like this wordless state of mind, which is operating like at a subconscious, modality or function. Anyways, I'm just saying that, make music, don't make war, make love, don't make hate. But again, what you put out in the universe is what is going to come back to you. So if the Persian people want peace, they have to put peace out there. Killing 15,000 people in the streets, like, they're going to cause their own demise. I mean, it's coming. Like, maybe it's fake news. I don't know, but how do you kill your cousins? How do you kill your neighbors? Like, I could never do that.
Because they're assholes. So every now and then, I've realized from the past couple of years that if I break in the song, okay, even for the most ridiculous things, or become the clown for a very serious role, it just fucking changes. There's a shift of consciousness. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, anytime you inject a word or emotions, or like if I start, saying, don't think about the big, blue elephant in this room, like the brain is a sponge and it will absorb anything it hears and it will ingest it and metabolize it. Some people's metabolisms are different, but all communication is politics. So you have to admit, and most people aren't aware of this, they are being politicians and being political in all their communication, in the workplace, on this app, with their family members. It's happening all the time.
They just don't say anything after a while. They're like, oh, it's crazy anarchist. It's okay. Like, you become that, and this is for everyone, by the way. I'm just using myself as an archetype. And this could happen to everyone. Anyone who's finding like a very serious room that is bloody suffocating with seriousness, inject fucking humor into it. Become a clown like John Kitover becomes.
Well, I have stopped calling. I want to stop people stupid and just call them fools. But my whole thing is, if I get angry in a room, that's a me problem. I have found if I want to be professional, I just have to politely ask, hey, can I read a poem for 60 seconds? Because I want to get my dopamine, but I want to spread high-value wisdom and intelligence in that brief moment, because it doesn't matter if it's out of context. It doesn't.
This is your dopamine.
Out of context doesn't matter, because all of this nonsense is out of context. And if you juxtapose a beautiful 60-second poem into the live stream of the stupidity, the wisdom injection is a beautiful thing to do for other people and for yourself. So that's why I say, CM, like, to me, you're worthy of mockery. Narjas, you're worthy of mockery. Nara, Dan, until you read me a fucking book and you delight me and cause me to instantaneously go into a deep state of joy because you've now hypnotized me with intelligence, well, then I will applaud you. And until you do that, I will just keep roasting you. And then CM will come to me and say, hey, I got somebody new to roast for you. This is what people used to do in the 8th grade. They say, John, come make fun of Pam. I was like, why do you want to make fun of Pam? Because she pissed me off. Will you come make fun of her? All right, let's go make fun of Pam.
I was joking about Danny, but you should check out my AI, consciousness, math, physics rooms. They're not bad.
You should check out my Sora videos. They're pretty funny.
Yeah, more brain rot.
I think I would read some Alistair Crowley with us. Me and John Kitover. They're so great. I enjoy them.
Yeah, it's just a little beyond quant. Not everything is a quant. I mean, some things are mana. So as like mana from the heavens.
Yeah.
So when you inject that wisdom into a room full of stupidity or ignorance, you know, you do transmute that. You pass on that. You know, that becomes part of your genetic code, because it's memory, it's remembrance.
Yeah.
Even a drop, even a word, even a letter. You know.
That's what the Buddha says. Even one sentence of good words is more than 10,000 useless bullshit. One little sentence is more valuable than 10,000 bullshit sentences on this app. So, but to me, the whole thing about wisdom is the anger management issue, but then also hypnosis relaxation or meditation or helping people focus their concentration, but using wisdom to do that. That is the secret sauce. That is the ice cream with the sprinkles on top. That is the New York strip with the butter, and, you know, like in terms of maximizing dopamine. And that's why I told Danny, I was like, Danny, you should just start a Chabad and just read, you know, wisdom books. She's like, I don't want to do that. And I can't sit. Danny's got an excuse for everything, but Danny now knows my trick, my hidden genius, meaning that, like, neurolinguistics is a technology. You know, prior to the printing press, we were all pretty much just farmers and doing, you know, manual labor. We didn't have this ability to use our minds, using our imagination to mock, to criticize, because a lot of this deals with a caste type system. A book I read for the past week mocked doctors, and they were making fun of their vaccines. It was also mocking Christians and their appetite for fish. So you have to realize that there's a lot of hypocrites in very large organizations that are very much worthy of mockery, because their supposed science is just eugenic garbage that is mutilating ourselves. It's not medicine. If you ask a person on this app, did the COVID-19 vaccine increase life or decrease lifespan? They're going to meet, it increased your lifespan immediately. And then you're like, okay, scientists, show me your evidence, doctor. And they don't have any. Maybe they've got something, but either way, it's so tentative.
It's supposed to increase lifespan.
I get it, but that's my point about the question. The question itself, first of all, nobody should entertain any question unless you think it's worthy of being entertained. Too many people on this app will entertain any fucking question you pose them. That's a serious problem. That shows that most people... I agree with that. Yeah, most people don't have the character, the will, the fortitude, the personality to say, hey, I won't entertain that question. Moving on. That's, you know... But anyways, it is what it is.
Well, check out my PTR. Look at this is Danny's Club Bathhouse Bucket. They're having a cool room right now.
Yeah, I could live stream them. You want to hear what they're saying? And then you tell me whether the conversation with John was more enlightening than something that you're going to hear in the Bathhouse Bucket.
Let's hear it.
They're not talking about you.
It doesn't matter what they're talking about. We want a sample. We want a random sample.
John Naj.
Was it different John?
John Naj. And whatever, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Because Fiona claims to have heard that in a room, but I never heard anything like that.
Well, don't be surprised if Kitover was that. What's up, guys? Hello.
Hi.
Well, Kitover, thank you for the interview. This was enlightening. I realized that you're not actually a crazy person. You're just an artist.
Finally, CM. That's what we've been trying to do.
But CM, now that you know this, you're gonna think all crazy people are just artists. So you know. That's right.
There's no such thing as crazy people. They're all just brilliant artists. Okay.
Well, see, CM, I hope you know that all communication is projection. So every time you criticized me, I just secretly had pity for you. I hope you know that. That's my final roast. It's my final roast.
Whatever you think of me. I'll relay the news to Buttercup, man. I'll tell her you're not actually crazy.
You're just a messenger. You're just a messenger boy, and you learn nothing from this conversation.
Why would you do that? She needs to learn it. Like,
Yeah, I want to help her.
Like how we came and spoke to Kitover. Maybe it is on her for her own good and growth to come and interact with Kitover and face her fears and say,
Narcissus,
so
it
why?
won't matter. You and I have done more work than she'll ever do. Just reading a book about the true identity of self is extremely valuable. CM will never do that work. CM, when you come on here,
What are you talking about, bro?
You won't see
You don't think I've read books about Buddhism? Have you ever read Siddhartha by Herman Hesse?
Dude, that's a history of Gautama Siddhartha.
It's not history. It's actually
We read the Dhammapada. We read the freaking Upanishads. We read like Alistair Crowley's freaking cult books, like taboo shit, and it's brilliant, especially the way you're reading it with eloquence and articulation and.
damn, you just have to look at this as hypnosis, and the whole point is relaxation and intelligence. Too many people on this app think that God is something else other than intelligence. God is like a software program in the universe of extreme intelligence operating in the background, in the subconscious as well. So a lot of this has to do with basically, it's all personal development. That's all it really is. It's just self-development.
I don't think God is intelligence either. I mean, intelligence is intelligence. Because this is like word games people play. Today, God is intelligence. Tomorrow, God is energy. The day after that, God is.
That is my God model.
Well, what is
God is love. The day after.
Yeah, okay, that's all.
God is the very attribute, the full set.
You could say God is 10 things. It's just God equals X to the 10th. I mean, it's just 10 different things to keep it simple. But the Yiddish expression is Allah is God. All is God. Everything is God. What do you think Allah means? Allah means everything is God. That's the secret. You're God. I'm God. Our words are God. The universe is God. The entire reality is what God is. Oh my God, Megatron can explain this.
Man is God. Is ALLAH is arm, leg.
Bro, stop. John, tell him how you use it. Tell him how you use it, John.
Yeah, you have to slow it down. Too many people say Allah. You gotta slow it down and say all. Because that's like the eureka part of it. All? Because you gotta look at it from a sound perspective. I know it's the English and we're not looking at it in Arabic. Anyways, Megatron, welcome to CM and Narja's Q&A with Canada John. They've been Q&A. See, Megatron's a cool dude. He doesn't care if I record his rooms. He doesn't give a shit. He does not care. Because he's a cool motherfucker. That's why.
He's the feds, too.
You might be right about that.
Listen, anytime two white guys sit in a room or sit in a car or go to a bar, everybody always says, ew, they're the feds. That's because we live in this insane, liberal, leftist, woke society where every white guy who's a heterosexual Christian, ew, it's a fed. I bet you people think Andrew R. is a fucking fed. You know, that's the type of stupidity we're dealing with.
Yeah. Wait, which one is that? Is that the one that does the God rooms with the Discord, or is that the probably? Yeah, for sure.
He's not a fed.
God, shut up, Danny.
I have a crush.
Nobody here's a fed. Nobody.
I have a crush on Danny. I'm sorry. I don't know. Sorry.
Yo, back up for my girl, dude.
You, man.
This is psyop.
Well, how does it make you guys feel that Narja has told me she loves me? Has she ever told you that she loves you?
She's giving you your.
I love artists, man. I love my own people.
Yeah, Kitover is not crazy. He's just an artist.
I'm a video artist. You know, video art is not considered necessarily art, but it's the best form of art. It's the most dopamine creating artwork you can, because a 10-second video is actually 100,000 pictures, you know, or more. So it's compression. And you have to look at God as a compression. The now is the all, and the all is all important. God is what is called now in this nuanced, you know, spiritual Eckhart Tolle type way of looking at God.
Please, I'm done with the talking about God shit. Stop, please, stop, please.
That's all you talk about, Bart. What do you think?
Yeah, that's why. Seriously.
Arm, leg, arm, head. Yeah, that's right. Look at that. That's nice.
Mario gave me a headache last night. Looking about these prophecies. Oh my god, I got seriously a headache. Like Sicario. I'm like, Sicario. You're literally adding Jesus to your prophet. You say you don't believe in him. But it's like, I get you're a Jew. But you're saying that the Messiah now is going to build a third temple. But the second temple was up.
Alright, go to your room.
Jesus was here. No, I'm just saying.
Not the lead up team.
It's just fucking confusing. Shit happened.
Oh, he got evicted from his little couch.
Like, how are you saying that?
He's a regular man
I don't
now.
get it. I don't get it. Are you circumventing this shit?
I get it.
And it's like, and then they're like, well, no, because yours not the real Messiah. So how are you building a third temple? What the fuck happened to the second one?
Well, thank you guys. Thanks, Kitover.
It became the dome thing, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and save the replay, so everybody say goodbye. Thanks, Kitover.
Here's the feds.
You know, not enough.
Here's the red heifer.
Many people.
You see, you're gonna say way worse than shit than him.
Where's that?
Yeah. I'm on.
Welcome back, Danny.
I was going to say that I would think that everybody would like to be treated with dignity and respect, right? So if we all treated everybody with that, then we wouldn't have these problems. That is the end of my sentence.
Okay, so would you want to be treated?
With dignity and respect, yes. You don't want to be treated that way?
I don't want to be used at all. Treated?
How the fuck did you get used from being respected?
You want to get treated? Do you care? Do you literally care? As long as you respect yourself, your family, your life, your business, and everything else, isn't that the only thing that matters? Do you care about being treated a certain way by other people? To be treated is kind of like to be submissive to me.
How did we get here?
No. Because I used your word against you.
No, you didn't.
What's up, James? Thank you, James, for showing up.
How's it going?
Thank you. That's a nice car, too. We're going back to the future. DeLorean. Oh, yeah. The DeLorean is crazy. That's nice, bro.
Yeah, I went to a museum where they have the original DeLorean. It's pretty cool.
Oh, shit. I thought that was in your garage.
Oh, I wish.
Bro. Anyways, I'm glad that you showed up because I was definitely about to get attacked by a bunch of lioness. But listen, like, I don't want to be treated. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know it. I don't want to be treated. No. I just want to. I want to control the narrative, right, of my life. The perspective of my life, the protector.
So if every man for the rest of your life approached you and said, "What's up, you funky bitch," right?
And it's sad really, because Iranians are really nice people as well, so.
Exactly. Are you
But you've got to look at, can I just say as well, just one more thing? If you go back 50 years,
Welcome back, Najays!
100 years, Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran, many other places.
Next weekend they be doing some shit again.
Anything you want to say, Najays? That was a good room. You know, I hope it was beneficial for CM because he lives with a lot of anger and hate for me. You know, that's the thing is until you talk to somebody, you don't really know who you're talking about.
You know what it is? Kitover, he doesn't get it. Some minds are not designed like that. Like Matthew and I instantly got it. And maybe you've spoken to Matthew.
Yeah, many
I've
times.
known this about you, by the way. For me, it was always why. Like, what is the muse giving you? Like, how is it manifesting? Like, for you, where's the dopamine hit for you? That is what interested me. More than, like, I get the process. For CM, he's never going to get it.
No, I mean, he's young, like,
But
you know, 20
he's
years.
young, but
If he
was
makes
open
it,
to it, right?
if he makes it,
Yeah.
that's the thing. You don't know. Some people aren't going to make 20 more years and then get the aha. But even if you get the aha, you can still forget it. It's just, it's like, you know, it's very difficult. This is why Jews do what they do, because they are trying to control their environment. That's, you know, there's a book called the Shulchan Aruch, and basically it tells you when to tie your fucking shoes. So they are like robots, but by being a robot, they give up. Despite, you know, I'm saying they give in, they surrender to it because they know that it's so much chaos out there that they're experimenting.
Right? Like they allow the discipline to sort of take its own road of control.
But it's the same thing as a Hindu. Like, they're on a calendar. Yeah.
Yeah. And these are very intelligent systems in which this robotic behavior is just one acting by default so that your brain can process more interesting things, more intelligent information.
Yeah. That's the thing I forget too, is like meditation is actually just focused concentration. And one way to do that is through suggestion and breath. So this is my whole critique of Clown House is it's such a muddled chaos that it's totally worthy of mockery. You should film people at their worst because that's what we're trying to do the opposite of, which is focused concentration for achievements in consciousness and intelligence and other, you know, just basically our lives on the back end of all this madness. Like, if you let this app, you know, like I had garbage build up in my house for like, I didn't take the garbage out right away, you know, and it's like, it's because I'm on this fucking app. So the power is real.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I felt the same, and I was like, this is not right. This is so bad.
It is the black hole or the pit. It is, look at, like, do you have a white background or a black background on your phone?
Black.
Yeah, it is a pit. And I'm not saying that you can't enjoy the pit. Like, the pit
It's
is...
not working. It's working to my detriment.
Well, that's my critique of you is you're actually, if you start recording yourself, you know, if you got the balls to live stream yourself, but the thing you have to look at the word live stream is I'm actually alive because of the live stream. It's in the word itself. So most people will never do what I'm doing. They're too afraid to film themselves, and they just do screen records. But they never use their identity. They never put themselves out there. And, you know, I'm in a situation where I can do what I'm doing without getting knocked off of, you know, my income stream. And all I'm looking to do is increase my income stream. But it may or may not happen. And it's okay because I think in the long run, my observations here will serve me well. I can confidently go knock or interview anywhere and not have that nervousness, that I used to have. And it's because I'm a better public speaker. I'm more in control of my emotions and more in control of my speech. But some people, my critique too is like Uncle Steve, he wants to be remembered from Clubhouse. He said the other day, when I die, I want this to be my legacy. And then I started shivering because I was like, I don't want that to be me. I don't want that to be me. But at least I've read books, and I feel like in that way I've separated myself from the herd.
A lot of us have learned a lot. I engage in intellectual rooms a lot, or at least like they interest me so much. For my outside world, my real world, I engage in the arts, theater, and just design, right? Or architecture because I'm an architect. But within here, I engage in intellectual discourse, or at least try to.
Yeah, but poetry is the secret, though. You need to engage in poetry with these people. Do you know how much joy you would give people in this horrible app of despair if you just came here and read to them Rumi? Do you know how big your rooms would be? Oh my God, Pete, you would hypnotize hundreds of people, but you don't do it.
We do it sometimes. Once a week, we used to do it often, and then I try to do it in like analytical rooms.
CM is back for his dopamine. You'll have to go to the other CM and Narja's Q&A with John room, CM. It's in the Atheist Prove to Me God Does Not Exist room. Not this one. It's another one.
Even with the atheists, every time I've tried to like posit metaphysics, which is the poetry of logic, or people such as myself, they make fun of it. Like, which is nothing but the poetry of logic. And for some of us, we just keep quiet because it's branded as like woo woo or whatever the fuck. And I'm not ashamed of it. It is the core of theism. But it's just that I know I can't get through. And many of us are in such a boat.
Yeah, but my complaint is I don't want to eat your footnotes or your references. Just read to me the effing book and put it in my mouth. That's it. Like, but nobody's gonna do that. Nobody does that. Like, I come on here and I read, and I don't like if I have one listener, it's enough for me to read. I don't need 10 people. I'm here to read a new book, to run it through my brain, and the amazing thing is when I read a book that I've never read before, like every single sentence is new, and you can recognize when you've reread a sentence and you're like, I already read that sentence. I don't want to I gotta go to the spot where I left off. So the brain is so incredible at detecting what it's already observed. Its memory is perfect almost. So, but also by recording myself, it's like I'm just uploading my memories, and I don't need to go back and look at them. But when I do, sometimes I'm entertained. But I'm like Johnny Depp. There's no reason to go back and watch what you were in. Just move on to the next. So.
I love Johnny Depp. You know what, Kitover? People like you and me and some others, including Daniel Nero, your arch nemesis, do not have this drive for poetry and art, and basically me having a kind of, I don't want to be pompous, but I'm well read in literature and Shakespeare and poetry, etc., right? Simply because of the school system I went to.
Yeah.
And my own interest. This is not the crowd for it. And I don't know where that crowd even exists on this app.
It doesn't matter. Hypnosis is what's happening here. So that's why I say it doesn't matter if you read something that's out of context. People will still take it because they're sponges. They just absorb whatever you throw at them. Everything is an experiment here, and you have to look at yourself and know, is this draining me or is it filling me? Because the metaphor is always the cup. You are the cup. And what you put in your cup is what you are. So if you come in here and you listen to Barth and you hear all these fucking endless, pointless, stupid conversations, which are actually nothing more than ESL fucking training sessions, your cup is empty. And then, you are the tarot card
I
of.
remember you said that this is an app for like farms to come in. So you can practice, international students to come and practice their English.
That's it. Otherwise, read me a book. Like, you just here to practice English, speaking American English.
Yeah.
Like, give me valuable information. You have to look at it as like you're a spy and your time is running out and you're looking for nuggets. Gossip is interesting. Gossip and slander and defamation are actually more interesting than most of the slop you get fed here. That's why people love to hear that John Kitover is being investigated for election fraud. It sounds dramatic. It gets people's dopamine, titillated. Look what it does to Daniel Nero. It's the only thing he can talk about because it gives his depressed ass the dopamine that he can't generate. Lazy fuck can't read a book. Sometimes he does, I'll give it to him. Sometimes Barth does, but my point is, if you do it more, you're going to get a hell of a lot more out of this fucking app than you would otherwise. Not a lot of people can read because they're at work or they're in transport and they're driving. So count your lucky stars if you have the time and the focus to even read. I don't like reading. It takes like a spirit to get me to do it, It's just not comfortable reading, but the reward is there when you do it because it's like floods your brain at a level that nothing else can flood it with. It's creating neurons. It's expanding your consciousness, literally, in your brain. Like that former speaker said, it modifies your genetics when you read a book, which is remarkable. And if it's a really smart book, I mean, what else are we here for but, to try to exceed and improve and perfect ourselves. We are like, we're like artists molding ourselves. We're like in a tomb of black stone and we're chiseling our way out of, this lack of awareness.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, I need to go to the gym. Like, I'm getting fat, and I'm too lazy to get in my car, and then my battery on my car dies, and I'm just like, this is crazy, like my fucking battery keeps dying in my car. I just got a new fucking battery. So like there's something draining the battery in my car. It's the alarm system, but life is frustrating.
How often did you have to change it? Because that happened to me, but you could return the battery to the store if it's within the year.
Yeah, it's got a policy, and I did AAA, so I can get the guy to come back and get me a new one. But I'm just saying, like, you think you're gonna go to the gym, and you finally get the energy to go to the gym. You get in the car, and your fucking car doesn't start. And you're like, holy shit, I can't even go to the fucking gym because my car won't start.
It will cost more money with the AAA, but then I guess if you have to get an Uber to go to the place,
Yeah, but you're also kind of obsessed with this, I think, John.
No, I'm just saying my default.
I think you're also kind of addicted to the dopamine.
Of course I am, but I'm at least reading books, for God's sakes. I'm not just eating slop like the rest of the pigs on this app all day long. I don't care how smart somebody claims they are or how smart a supermod claims this speaker is. It's all hypnosis. And it's not benefiting me to listen to anything on this app. Nothing. Unless it comes from a really good book. It's a low IQ packet transfer. It's just fucking
you're
social.
saying that the only people that you care about are the people that the publishers gatekeep?
No, I care about people on this app, but not for long. Meaning that, like, I'll care about with you if I'm talking to you. But truth is, like, we're all just siloed and totally categorized, and we're never going to go into business, and we're never going to go to the gym together. So the best thing I can give you is a little poetry from a little book. Wouldn't you agree?
Going to business? I'm ready. Let's go.
Well, here you are. Read a book. We can start there. That's what I'm saying. Is like people are so unprofessional.
I read like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, kind of. Not really. I just like heard him talk on YouTube and read the book himself.
Well,
Like,
you know, I
like
told you to
it?
get a Tanya book, get the Tao Te Ching, get any wisdom book, and I'll record you reading it, and then you can put it on your social media.
Order. You
Is-
know, we can read that one.
Do you have Sora yet? Are you creating AI videos of yourself? Because that
No,
is.
I don't want to waste any water. Okay, I already take really long showers.
Well, you know, then we're never going to get into business, unfortunately. But you're more than welcome to listen to me or other people read a book. I'm telling you, Danny, IQ and EQ. Do you know what IQ, EQ stands for?
Yeah. My IQ is 128 and my EQ is on top of the world.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is don't waste your time in this pit of despair of an app unless you bring into it light. What you bring into it is what you're going to take out of it. You're never going to leave with somebody else's deposit. It's just impossible. This app is a garbage heap. It's literally a garbage can. And if you don't bring light into this dark pit of despair, you will just leave with other people's despair. It is a neurotic, linguistic pile of shit. That's what it is. It's literally, imagine listening to Resistance, that piece of shit, use profanity nonstop. You just walk away with turds all over yourself unless you come in here and read some type, like today was good. At least you saying, you know, the Amida and other things. But like, you can expand on that. Don't just limit yourself to that. Come on here and grab a fucking book off your bookshelf, of high value personal development book like the Dhammapada, Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching, any, you know, the Psalms, anything. Read it. Read it tomorrow. When you come on here and you want to get your dopamine, say to yourself, fucking John programmed me to read a book, and that's what I'm going to do. And then after you read it, you're going to say, I feel great because I just got the dopamine. And I increased my IQ by reading something smart. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Hello?
Hello?
Hello is hypnosis. That is a black beacon signal for a radar system sending out a ping to see if it can hear back another hello. It's like a monkey or a bird in the jungle letting out a mating call to see what it'll hear back. Hello?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me
It's
now?
the same thing as can you hear me now? It's the same thing.
Well, that was a commercial. You remember it?
Yeah. Can you hear me
With
now?
the bars? Did it have the bars in it too?
You
They
remember?
were like,
Remember Jared and all the Subway commercials? He's sitting in prison still for trying to molest children. You know, it's unbelievable.
I know. Was he on the Epstein list?
No, but he got brought down by some woman who was recording their conversations where she was entrapping him. See, Jared's prosecution could be like one of the crazy, morality police prosecutions where he didn't actually engage in anything, but he was engaged in a conspiracy. And this guy was like famous, but people, because of their lack of character, they get entrapped all the time. Like the honeypots, the CIA honeypots. There's more than just CIA honeypots. Girls are running honeypots, like for themselves. It's just crazy because, I use these dating apps. I go out on dates. There are girls that are literally just running their own honeypots. Like, some of these people don't work. Some of them do, but some women just don't work, and they've made it because of their thirst traps. Very rare, but there are successful honeypotters out there. You should make this app into a honeypot, Otherwise, you are the honeypot for other people. That's my point, is you can manipulate people on this app with your words. Reading a script is much better than just muttering your opinions. You will definitely hypnotize people on this app. And you can control them if you want. You can make them your slave. The slaves shall serve. Hello? I get the final summation is I often also forget that there is like a mating ritual happening on this app subconsciously for a lot of people. Young men, like CM fingering you in this room, that's like him. We're just like monkeys in a cage, and there's a silverback sitting up there like aloof, and there's all these other, alpha primate monkeys running around trying to gather attention, the focus and attention economy inside the arboretum. Hello? There's a lot of women doing the same thing. I don't often think about that, but I always forget that people are essentially catcalling on this app. And it is very much like a jungle. And when Michelle Obama gets projected as a monkey, all the other monkeys in the cage start screaming, saying, like, you've mocked my entire. It was the funniest thing listening to black people on this app saying, we are fucking monkeys. You are a fucking monkey. You are a Homo sapien primate monkey. You are a fucking monkey. And now we need to have the conversation about why we are talking. Like, it was the funniest moment to hear people laugh about, like, say it was racist. But we need to admit that we're talking monkeys. I was like, I never thought in the world I would get to hear black people sit there and have a conversation about how they're monkeys, even though they're upset that Michelle Obama was portrayed as a monkey. I was like, this is probably the funniest conversation I've ever heard on this app.
Well, we are monkeys.
Well, that's an opinion. I would say we have transcended. See, the whole thing, the myth, the Egyptian myth of the Thoth, Hermes Trismegistus, he has a pet, he has like a monkey apprentice. So that whole metaphor is just, we are talking monkeys, but because of chemicals and because of linguistics, we have transcended out of this primordial monkey mind, and we have evolved into almost like a surreal or superficial projection, meaning that like we can use our minds like 3D simulators, like software programs. AI is still catching up to us. It really is, and in many ways, AI.
I have aphantasia, so I don't have that.
Well, when I close my eyes, I can visualize, 3D projects or completed projects. Like the brain can, whatever it can basically imagine, it can actually maybe build. And if you think about like the nuclear bomb and uranium enrichment and how to detonate it and all, like that was all visualized and mathematically formulated. Anyways, I'm a schmuck. I'm no chemist. I have rudimentary biological, chemical, physics, education. I'm just an undergrad, and a poor one at that. But that's not what's important, because I'm interested in influence, and philosophy to me is the smartest way to influence people, because it's on the flip side of a politician, and every politician wants to be a philosopher, and they're trying to be. Many people are just catching up, and there's an infinite amount of work to be done. So you have to be very discerning and discriminating in what you listen to. That's the big secret. Why do you think, Danny, the word earth has the word ear in front of it? Because your success in life is not what you say, it's what you're listening to. Because what you say is dependent on what you listen to. But I'm just saying, be very discerning. Like, you've got people that are vampires and energy parasites that want your attention. And it's to your detriment, because what you're listening to is stupid. It's pointless drivel. It's just garbage. So, the way to fill yourself with light is through wisdom. And the best way to get it is through a book. It can't be replaced. And that's the secret, Danny, is your life is really dependent upon what your consumption is, what you're listening to, and what you're putting inside of yourself. That's who you are for the most part. And if all you're putting inside of yourself is this app, well, you're just a black hole then. And you don't want to be a black hole, you want to be the sun. the source of light. And, you know, because the sun is totally automated and infinite, you know, like for the most part. I mean, it's an infinite source of never-ending energy and gravity. Extraordinary density. The sun is actually, in a way, it already is like the opposite of itself, if that makes any sense. It is like the fact that you look at it and it's so light and so bright, it's actually like a black hole because all around it is complete and total vacuum and darkness and blackness. But where does it come from? Like, it's just shining out of nothingness. So in a way, it's like, because it's going to turn into a black hole, it already has like the engineering of a black hole. But I'm not saying we need to think of it backwards, but it's turning into a black hole. Anyways, does any of that make sense, or is that just like schizophrenic rambling? Hello? See, it would be better if I just read to you, because my stupid opinions are, it's the same shit you're going to get from other losers on this app. It's just stupid opinions. Better to listen to a book of a genius. John Kitover's not a genius. John Kitover's just a spammer. I hope you know that, Danny. I'm just a spammer. My whole life I've been spamming, and I've made money doing it.
I want to get paid to make spam too.
Well, join me. I just had JD Vance endorse me as a write-in candidate, but I made the video myself on Sora.
Could you get in trouble though, like for that type of stuff?
You're so worried about getting in trouble. Do you know the secret of not getting in trouble is to ask for forgiveness later, Danny? Haven't you experimented enough and figured out you can do whatever you want to do as long as you don't physically hurt somebody, you know, or defraud somebody? You can always ask for forgiveness. Oh, you want me to delete that? You want me to take that down? Sure, no problem. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. You know how many times sorry has saved John Kitover? Do you know how many apologies I've issued to people that I've offended because I didn't want to deal with more difficulties? I just issue a sincere apology. I say, I'm immature and stupid. I'm sorry. And they say, oh, you're the first person that's ever apologized to me. I forgive you completely. And in fact, I endorse you. That's how it works, Danny. That's how apologies work. You get an endorsement afterwards because they're so impressed with your apology. Because all communication is hypnosis. And it's political. Hello. Look at Narja's here. She just 50 minutes ago, she was saying she hates the Zionist kikes. She can't stand Jews. And now she's sitting here getting hypnotized by a Jew. Narja's is the most tentative, superfluous person. She claims she's an artist, but she wastes all her time with non-artistic people, wasting her time. Involved in the most intricate little detailed conversations about the most pointless little details and things. She knows it. You know, should have been there for the fish. I read such a great statement today about desire and conscious expansion, and really how in so many ways you're really not in control, but there's ways to like manipulate gravity itself, you know, consciously or psychologically speaking. But I think it's all just like a projection, meaning that you're like a pass-through agent conducting an operation of spam and projecting against other people, because the whole, like, look at the Clintons, look at Trump, look at all of these musicians who are really just magicians, like Bad Bunny. Do you know people in that stadium couldn't even see the performance because he was surrounded by corn, and they could just hear the music, but the whole thing was just a charade, meaning that they just filmed it and put it out on the internet, and it got hundreds of millions of views, but people in the stadium couldn't even fucking see it. So that's the type of communication success that I'm talking about with wisdom. It's the same thing that religions and churches are doing with these prosperity gospels. They're hypnotizing their audience and draining them like a parasite. And so, Danny, I'm just telling you that Your success is really the sounds you can make. So get more interested in being a recorder, in the recording industry. You have to look at it as an industrial artistic endeavor. Like I consult with musicians that already have huge followings, but they're not getting the engagement that they used to get because nobody likes repetition. It's redundant. So I'm trying to explain to musicians how to increase their audience and how to increase their engagement. Like, look at CM. CM is back because he can't get his dopamine in other rooms the way that he gets it here. Because I'm so good at giving dopamine to people. Because I know what dopes want. They want dopamine.
Well, some people like repetition,
Not an infinite amount of it. How many times are you gonna listen to the same
mix.
song? Yeah, people like, a variety. And yes, they may listen to the same variety, but no, yeah, they want the mix. They want the mixed nuts, and they want the bag of cashews, and the bag of walnuts, and the bag of almonds. Life is about everybody wants abundance, which is basically a big mix, but John is not insane. He's just an artist. See, I've reframed myself in CM's opinion of me because he's never spent any time, actually trying to understand my perspective. And people criticize me, but do you know how much time I've spent listening to people on this app? It's like I have a whole Rolodex of people in my brain that just, it's there. I know a lot of people because of this app, and I don't talk to them. I listen to them and I record them. I don't have to talk to them. I'm recording them. And the fact of the matter is, I don't even want to talk to them because what I'm talking about is so stupid. It's so pointless. I don't care what you're cooking for dinner. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. It's just a complaint fucking forum for people. That's all it is. And all morning long, people just sit there and fucking complain. It's so pointless and so stupid. It's laughable. People are pathetic. Hello? Claudius, welcome.
Hello.
Oh, I know Claudius.
Do you know me?
Oh, maybe I don't. But, usually it's a little bit like name that tune. You can identify somebody within just like 3 seconds of listening to them.
Maybe I've been in a room before that you heard me trolling in or something.
No, I don't know your voice, but I know who I'm thinking about that I thought you were. Anyways, welcome to the room.
You was Travis? You think I was Travis?
No, I thought you were, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'd have to think. He's got a little Chihuahua picture. He's got a Chihuahua dog. Anyways. We're just wrapping up here. Is there anything you want to ask a question about or anything you want to say? Anything top of mind?
Was this in, what was the topic of discussion before I got in here?
Communication theory.
Oh, okay. Bitzer and all that. No, I have nothing to add. Nothing to add to Bitzer.
Fantastic. Danny, anything else? Because it's late and I'm getting ready to use a water pick, and then I'm going to brush my teeth, and then I'm going to floss my teeth, and I'm going to scrape my tongue. Do you use a tongue scraper?
I do.
I gave this girl a tongue scraper as a gift, a girl that I was dating, and she's like, why would you, I don't want a tongue scraper.
Yeah. I had the same. For me, it was one of my girlfriends. I said, you should brush your tongue. And she was horrified, and she was like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, every time I brush my teeth, I brush my tongue, and I scrape it. And she didn't believe me. She thought which means she never brushed her tongue in her life, which really, really kills me.
Yeah, the girl that I gave a tongue.
I just like the plastic scraper. The metal one's a little too much, And I don't do the brushing of the tongue. Is that bad?
You have to do both. So the scraping removes the actual physical tar, but the brushing sanitizes. Brushing the tongue gets into all the nooks and crannies. All the scraper can do is get rid of the majority of the gunk and tar that forms on your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have a lot of dead dead skin cell or like tongue skin cell.
Detritus.
Yeah, detritus. Yeah, actually, that's the perfect term. I'd compare it to something else, but I don't want to make that comparison because it's disgusting. So I just detritus is much better.
Let me ask you a follow-up question, Cletus. Have you ever said to your girlfriend, "Why don't you wash your pussy with soap and water and like scrub that pussy?"
That's a pH issue. That's a pH
Well,
issue.
that's my complaint. How the fuck are you gonna tell me you don't wash your pussy? And it's a pH issue.
They do wash it with like what's called intimate soap or what, like this special soap.
What's the difference?
The intimate soap is like a non-pH affecting, whereas although I don't know how that's possible because any water, like if you introduce any water whatsoever into the opening, you would naturally change the pH. But I don't know if that's even true, right? Like I don't even know if that's a valid thing. I think you can wash the outside without affecting it with like normal soap. Okay,
the final question is there such a thing as a hermaphrodite? Or is it a concept?
Isn't this a genetic, like, isn't this a biological
Talking about intersex?
I'm asking, intersex hermaphrodite. Is it a concept or is it a reality? Is it a fact?
Wait, I need to get. So Danny, why did you correct it and say intersex?
This is the new age.
I feel like this is what it's called now.
Yeah.
Why would it? So that's a political term.
Yeah.
Historical and biologically correct term is hermaphroditism.
Okay.
But my point is, it doesn't exist, just like the word intersex. Because if you Google hermaphrodite, guess what you're going to see? You're going to see pictures of women with enlarged clitorises, and they're saying that is what a hermaphrodite is.
They don't have dropped, they don't have dropped sexual organs, so they would have male organs. They had not fully developed, and so they're neither, and they're infertile as well, which is another, like in either direction, they're unable to.
I think sometimes they could be fertile, but I don't know. I think sometimes because there's like minor, and then there's like, I guess hermaphrodite would be like full, like maybe there's a difference between intersex and hermaphroditism. I don't know.
I think it is the same thing. Like the idea that there is in one although the person is always presenting as one gender, typically, and they imagine themselves as one gender. Like they don't. It's not a social choice either. There's like something specific. Like their body presents with biological markers of a woman or a man.
No, I don't. I think what happens is when you're born, my mother was a speech pathologist teacher for just a little bit, and one of her students had it, and I think this must have been in the 70s or something. But they had to make a choice, right? Like when the kid was young, like what gender. And I think after research, they're finding that could be very harmful to make the choice for the kid. Well, I don't know. So
That's why I'm laughing, because it's like,
Yeah. You have a son, and then you're like, you know what, honey? I think that we should pick the female gender for our son. And then they're like, it might be harmful to pick a new gender for our son. It's like, come on, Danny. Like, are you really retarded?
No, but this was intersex. This kid was intersex.
Yeah, but this is also a non-intersex phenomenon. Like in California and other places, like it's apparent. And I remember reading about this. I'm not American, by the way, or Canadian. I just have like an American-sounding accent because I went to boarding school. But I remember reading about this phenomenon in America and thinking, this is surely rage bait. Like this is surely not a real thing, and this is just propaganda. And then I looked it up. It's a real fucking thing. And there were people like advocating for it on the Wall Street Journal. Like, no way, this is a thing. And the way they discern, they give the kid like toys or something, to that effect, and they let the kid like pick the toys or pick the color, and that's how they figure out what gender the kid is, because they're trying to like gender affirm early on. Anyway, that's fucking insane. Like I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, no shit, that then when you extend it to someone with the actual biological issue, it's even worse. It's gotta be even worse.
there are people on this app that for them the trans issue is so political for them. It's like the first thing or one of the most important topics they go to when they're talking about conservatives and Republicans and Trump. And it just blows my mind that so many people, like, that's their big issue. They don't care that we're 40 trillion in debt. We were in war for 25 years. We've got all these major issues going on. They're concerned that a man who wants to go into the Target bathroom and then gets busted wants to put on a performative, complaint and say, oh, "How dare you? Like." That's what they're concerned about is the guy's performance in the bathroom. Their
argument for gender subjectivity is reductio ad absurdum, because you can never create any stable priors for what defines gender, and because you're unable to really, and this is okay. I'm obviously conservative if I hold this view. I think because you can't establish priors, you can't be prescriptive about it. So but like in their own self-defeating argument, they're basically eliminating womanhood and eliminating malehood, right, as like a social concept, like overlying the obvious biological reality. And by doing this, they're actually hurting themselves, like the feminist or socially progressive movement or the gay rights movement or whatever. They're all sort of harming themselves in trying to eliminate these gender distinctions altogether, because once you get to this reductio ad absurdum on gender, you can also apply it to anything, and you can eliminate any distinction between anything. Like it's sort of a I don't know. I think these are like gender is something that is irreducible. Like you can't really you can't. I mean, I understand that it is, or rather, I understand their point that it is irreducible to any one single aspect when it comes to the social element, but at the biological level, it is just a reality. There is nothing that can be done about that. I mean, I can imagine myself as another entity, right? I can imagine myself as an animal, or I can imagine myself in other contexts that I could even socialize and make socially acceptable. But that doesn't change the biological reality that I cannot be that thing. And the point is, if we entertain certain delusions, because this is a medical delusion, meaning there is no question that this is not actually a correct assessment of the person's own biology, where do we limit that? I mean, at what point do we draw the line and say, okay, well, but you can't change your age because you identify as being younger, or you can't identify as a horse because you think that you are a horse, you know? This whole argument of, oh, this is how I feel, and as long as I'm not hurting anyone, I should be able to do it. I mean, at what point are we sort of saying, okay, it's totally fine to behave within and interact with society however you want. There are no limits.
Yeah, that's interesting and smart. I mean, when you say reductio ad absurdum, or absurd reductionism, like I'm sure it applies to other political issues, even abortion, where my complaint about abortion is if you don't believe, if you think late term abortions are wrong, like what's the cutoff point? Is it 600 hours plus 1 second? So it's like, how are you? Yeah.
That's because they're so left wing, like people who are socially left wing are obsessed with this anti-Christian perspective on human life, because their whole point is, oh well, like because we've come to these conclusions about the sanctity of human life through what we consider to be an oppressive social configuration, like, so for them Christianity is not just Christianity, but it's like an entire culture, and it's an entire encoding of the West, like all Western society is Christian, and Christianity is oppressive, therefore it's one of the things that makes all of Western society oppressive, right? And their whole principle is like, okay, well, how do we solve this? I mean, if all of our ethics and values come from Aristotelian, Platonic, and Christian thought, or like ancient Greece and ancient Rome and Christianity, how do we move away from this? Oh well, we have science. Science is the new god, right? And this whole principle is like, okay, well, we should try to I don't know what the term in English would be, like technicize. We should try to technicize the process of dealing with these highly philosophical questions, right? Like the issue of life in the womb is not something that can be dealt with empirically in the way that these people would want. Because any attempt to sort of claim there is anything close to an objective truth, as they would imagine it, is absurd. About the nature of life in the womb, like life has agency and has like a right to be respected, previous to any sort of one thing, like the brain function or the heart function, right? Because
if you say that about a baby in the womb, like, oh, well, it's not cognitive, it's not cognizant, right? Or it is not living in the true sense. Well, what do we say about people who have Alzheimer's? Or what do we say about people whose brains have, like, are degrading to the point where we still keep them alive because we believe they're owed a certain dignity? But we, you know, at that point, what you'd be arguing, essentially, if you're trying to be consistent, is, oh, well, we should exterminate those people because they're a burden on society. I mean, like, the reverse occurs at the end stages of life as well. Like, the thing they're trying to apply to children would also apply equally to people who are in the end stages of their neurological capacity.
Starting to just look at Canada and the MAID program.
Yes, well, yeah. I mean, again, this is all this is all related to utilitarianism, effective altruism, the left's general push towards empiricism, like against philosophy and this idea that philosophy is a kind of corruption of the human soul. Because you know, why should we debate metaphysically when we could just debate them at the highly technical level? Because of course, science is the answer to all things. It's like, well, yes, but like, if you can't verify anything as true because it's all rooted in subjective sense perception anyway, we might as well debate everything on the subjective, like metaphorical, metaphysical, philosophical plane, right? We shouldn't debate things in this like highly practical way, especially when it comes to deep questions of human dignity and human integration into society, whatever. Like, these people are, they're trying to like put it as simply as possible. They're trying to fool people into thinking they have the best answer because they are being as dispassionate and technical as possible. But this dispassionate, technical approach they have is actually just sociopathic.
Yeah, I agree. And to me, it's so funny to ask somebody. I like to say that all communication is hypnosis or political or projection. And if you ask somebody, you know, are you political? They'll deny it, even though they're talking about politics nonstop. And then, you know, a lot of it is sociopathic. And if you ask them, what is the difference between, you know, facts and opinions? They can't actually they can't explain that. And then the funniest thing is, it's just, if you ask them, you know, their political position after they just told it to you, is that a fact or opinion? They will say it's a fact. And so that to me is like the epitome of a hypocrite. And like you said, a sociopath. To me, that indicates, you know, a sociopathic tendency with that person. Yeah.
They're not concerned with the human being. They're not humanists, right? They are concerned with moral superiority, and I mean, I think a lot of this, like modern neuroses in the left, is something that is strongly rooted in trauma. A lot of these people have been heavily traumatized when they were young, and they had to deal with the hard reality of a single person's philosophy in raising them against their own flaws, and they were too weak to overcome these flaws. And in my opinion, like if I'm doing a very broad scale psychological analysis, I think a lot of these people are trying to regain a sense of control by eliminating all the humanist, all the subjective humanist, stoic, conservative, philosophically legitimate like understandings we've come to about humanity as a form of rebellion or as like a form of counterculture, which has now just become the mainstream. I mean, we're finally moving away from this after a long time, but there is something inside these people that wants to rebel against the initial upbringing they had, against the highly structured society they were living in. I don't understand why. I mean, a lot of these people are millennials who lived during what is arguably the most prosperous period in American history. Who knows why they have so much to complain about? I think probably their prosperity is also partially the reason, right? If you just have too much given to you and you have so much time to sit around and sort of ponder life, and you're not from a particularly cultured or adversely affected generation, right? Because you don't really develop character in these periods of prosperity. You're going to make a mess of it when you actually try to engage in sort of broad scale politicking and societal construction and all of that. You're going to probably shit your pants in that regard. And they have quote unquote shit their pants in this regard. They're fucking useless. A lot of these millennial philosophers or like politicians who are trying to be nice, like their whole thing is, oh, niceness is very important. You have to be very nice. You can't offend people. You can't hurt people. But they're totally disinterested in goodness. Like whether someone's fundamental motivations, despite outwardly being controversial and potentially provocative, whether their actual interior motivations are good. does not matter to them. It's all about aesthetics. It's all about superficiality.
Well, I've been going on and on about my theory of like the average speaker, the average listener, meaning that like we may say 800 words a day and listen to 1,300 words a day on average. But basically, everybody on the left, in particular, is like Beavis and Butthead roaming around, never reading a book, just social do-gooding, Karening, LGBTQing, DEIing, CRTing, BLMing, everywhere they go. But they will never engage in poetry. They won't read any sacred wisdom text. And so they're literally just like spammers. And therefore, that's their real politic. There's no philosophical engagement, no question of the soul. It's
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's all politic all the time.
Or they're not developing any wisdom because they're like, I guess their whole political agenda is radicalism for the sake of radicalism. Because like again, if your ideology is mostly performative and you need to perform in order to survive in this ideology, you have to always come up with new and more aggressive ways to perform. Like a classic example of this would be like the kneeling for BLM, right? That this was like a big thing back in like the 2018, 2019 period. Like a lot of people were kneeling to apologize for the crimes of. This is a performative act of humility, even though the person might have no sincerity or even comprehend the gesture they're making. The point is how ostentatiously, how aggressively can I humiliate myself in order to show that I'm a virtuous person, in order to show that I'm a good person, without regard for whether there is anything beyond the superficial gesture. Same as like Native American burial ground acknowledgements or land acknowledgements, right? It's all about like, how can I be as bureaucratic, obsessive, how can I be as pedantic as possible about these cultural issues so as to show that I'm very aware of them, that I care, that I'm deeply engaged, but there's no follow-up. There's no like, okay, but what have you actually, besides just saying these pretty words to make yourself look good, what have you concretely done?
Okay, I'm all brushed up, ready for bed. Just water picked and brushed and flossed and tongue scraped. And now I'm going to leave you with a special little erotic ASMR. And I'm going to close my door and let my cameras roll all night. It's now 3:45 in the morning. The rest of the world is just waking up. They're going to come across this live stream by the thousands. I think it's, I can't remember what it's called, erotic ASMR. It's this chick that has this YouTube channel. There's like a couple of people that do this, but Simone ASMR. So many people on YouTube, it's like, oh yeah, here you go. Sensual Mystic ASMR. Let's see how many subscribers this chick has now. 6.2 thousand. She does a lot of work. She's only got 6.2 thousand. She keeps going and going and going and going. Essential Serenity, Hypnotic Journey into Mindful Presence. And I'm going to let it run on repeat. She's a beautiful woman. I love what she's doing with this. It's like ultimate relaxation. I think it's mostly ad lib. She doesn't read anything.
And we build a coalition.
counts of 4 and exhaling 4 counts of 4 in 2, 3, 4 out 2, 3 in 2, out this hypnotic realm of sensuality. Every sound becomes a melodic whisper. Every movement a graceful expression. And every word a profound vibration that resonates with the depths of our being. Let us be mindful of the words we choose, allowing them to become a reflection of our inner wisdom and a testament to the power of intention. The words we choose are like seeds scattered upon the fertile soil of existence. Each syllable carrying the potential to bloom into profound understanding, or sow the seeds of discord with mindful intention. We become custodians of this linguistic garden, carefully tending to the seeds we plant with each utterance. Our words, like delicate petals, have power to adorn the world with beauty or sting with thorns. In their delicate dance, they intertwine with the ether, becoming the threads that weave tapestry